in, everybody. Ben and Woods 97.3. The Fan. What a pleasure it is to join you this morning. Let's get our heads right on a Wednesday. My God. Speaking to myself, holding up a little vanity mirror. Speaking to myself, get your head right on a Wednesday. I feel much better than I did yesterday. Much better. The restorative power of rest and sleep. It works like a charm. It really does. I feel like a whole new man today. It's great to be here. I am Woodsy, and I'm not muted, huh? Son of a bitch.
I got it.
Yeah, thank you. There we go. All right, the echo's gone, everybody. It's good to be here. Some things never change. I'm Woodsy. That is Paul Reindl. He is the executive producer of the program. Good morning, Paulie.
Hey, how are you?
Doing good. Paulie got a busted ankle. Well, not busted.
Rolled.
There's nothing worse than a rolled ankle. I hate it so much. That feeling, you feel like not weak per se. You feel weak. You're like,
that's all it took.
My weak.
And now I can't walk.
Yeah. My weak bones. It's just you never look cool rolling your ankles. Never once.
No.
I'm sorry. So he's hobbling around a little bit this morning. YouTube chat, is it still echoing? Or are we good? I think we're fine. Ben Higgins, good morning. Our chairman, our friendly neighborhood sports anchor. Yes. I am all over the place. I was saying ankle and anchor. Yeah.
Good morning.
What
would you say is the percentage of times that the echo, which we maybe once or twice a week start the show with on our YouTube stream,
my fault,
is caused by me versus caused by Woods? Paulie, any thoughts on the?
It's 100%.
100% Woods.
Listen,
how come you just can't get in the habit of muting as soon as you get into our YouTube stream?
Listen, man, life is a mystery. It's a mystery. It used to, I swear to God, when I logged in, it was automatically done. I swear it used to auto mute, and now it doesn't. And so I never forget. I never remember to go back and unmute it. So that's on me. I'll wear it. It can't sound that bad. Okay. So I do apologize, but it's good now. It's ready to go. It happened again this morning, fellas. I woke up in a panic because I really got to get off the internet.
What is wrong?
I really got to get off the internet. I woke up this morning, and the first thing I saw when I opened Twitter was some doom and gloom article about AI and how we're all pretty much dead and out of a job, all of us. And I don't mean just the radio business. I mean you listening in your car. You're a plumber? Sorry, bud. AI is coming in. You're done. They got AI creating the next AI. This is what I wake up to. I read this long-ass article, and I go into my wife. I go, we're dead. We're dead. Everything, we're dead.
Taking away their electronics.
Yeah, taking away their electronics. Or, do we have them go deep into electronics so that they're part of the next wave of the future? It's a really hard thing to tell. But I spin out so hard about this article. It was an ad. It was a long ad, and
like a sponsored
it's right here. It's called Something Big Is Happening, and I read it, and I mean it's longer. It's so long.
What are they trying to sell you, like a bomb shelter or something for your family to hide away when the machines take over? Or
was it written by, wait for it, AI?
It probably was, but I mean it is long. It is long. This guy is in the know, and he's, up here, and here it is. I know this isn't a fad. The technology works. It improves predictability. The richest institutions in history are committing trillions to it. And he goes on and on and on and on. Now, I read it. I got so domed out by it. But then, again, people are like, hey, man, that's an ad. I didn't retweet it or anything like the end is near. But the internet really has gotten... It's very difficult for old guys like me. It's very difficult. And I see people fall for AI pictures, and I've fallen for it too. And everything takes, with all this technology, things should be more reliable and quicker. It's not, because you have to go double check 3 to 4 times. Is this actually real? Mm-hmm. Can I report on this? Is this video I'm watching even real?
It's a good point.
It's supposed to be, no, we've weeded through all the crap. and this is
Bro.
these are the choice nugs here. This is what you get.
Anytime me and my friends like share something on the internet, whether it's information, news, something funny, whatever, it's always like, hey, if this is real, check
If
this
this
out.
is real.
Hey, if this is real, that's pretty funny. Hey, if this is real, that's fascinating.
I'm telling you, man.
I'd
telling
like
you.
to think that I approach the world with a healthy skepticism.
You do.
Like my first instinct is always, don't panic. Let's see if this is real. But you make a great point. Is it really helping us save time and effort and energy if we constantly have to verify, double
Right.
check, and triple check if the information we are getting is reliable and accurate?
Right.
Because if not, then we've just switched one task for another task. And in
exactly
this case, a
right.
task that drives us all crazy
Makes me insane.
is trying to sort through between the real stuff and the deep fake stuff and what's true and what is being used to deceive us out there.
Makes you look foolish too when you fall for something that you feel foolish. Like me, I feel foolish a lot as it pertains to the internet. But it does, man. I read these things and I go, there's a part of me that just wants to move into the woods, knowing I would make it. I think I could make it 72 hours living in the woods with my family as like a survivalist. I'd make 72 hours max. And then I'd be like, can we go back to our house? This is awful. This is absolutely terrible. Bring me the internet, bring me the robots, bring me the AI, bring me everything you have. I hate this here. I do not like it. It's too quiet. I miss modern convenience.
We're all very dependent.
Very.
I mean, there are a few people who are probably still self-sufficient and reliant, but most of us are now conditioned that, if society fell apart, we would be in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So listen, we're just going to try to have some fun in here this morning. That's what we try to do every single day. I got to tell you too, what a relief it was to turn on MLB Network yesterday, and it wasn't, hey, let's do a day in the life of Shohei Ohtani's dog, and to actually have other teams featured and baseball on my television screen, albeit guys walking into camp, a couple guys throwing bullpens. Just to see that yesterday made me feel instantly better, like when you burn yourself and you put some salve on it. That's what it felt like, and to watch other teams, hey, we're going to go out to, surprise or whatever and check in on teams. It was great. Now, didn't go that well for a bunch of teams. A lot of guys showed up to camp yesterday and they're like, hey, I'm done for the season. So I'm glad to be here. We'll go through some of the injuries and stuff yesterday. They were plentiful. Knock on wood, keep the Padres healthy. That's kind of the main goal in spring training. We're not deep enough to really withstand some of the injuries that you saw coming out yesterday. But there was a lot. And then there's been a couple moves already, one this morning and a couple late yesterday that we can talk about as well.
It was also a beautiful day in Arizona. So all the video you got of guys working out just under the blue, sparkling skies. It makes me excited that we're going to be out there in a week and a half. Our first show coming up on February 23rd, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of that week. We're going to be out there broadcasting live. And, of course, we will have live reports from Sam Levitt every single day. He's going to join us coming up at 8:35 this morning with the latest. First day that the clubhouse will be open. Chance to talk to players, pitchers who are back. Who knows who Sammy's going to target this morning, but we'll get his first report today at 8:35 as the team gets ready to head out to the field for their first official pitchers and catchers workout.
Yeah, man, it was good to be back. Did you get a chance to check out any baseball yesterday, any MLB Network or anything like that?
Yeah, I was watching some of the coverage of the San Francisco Giants.
How did Vitello sound?
He sounded fine.
Sounded good?
Yeah,
Like a coach?
not as crazy maybe as I expected him to sound.
What did you think he was
I
gonna
don't know. It just
Hey, we're here to go. We're
A
gonna
little
go,
bit.
man.
A
We're gonna
little
go. Yeah. Like, hey, relax, buddy.
I think I
was.
was expecting more over caffeinated.
Okay.
But it's the first day of spring training. So.
And also, it's the big leagues where the literal motto is "Do less, act like you've been here." He's like, I have not been here. I pictured him doing like the gif of the guy like pumping his arms real fast, all excited. But yeah, I'm interested in them. There's a lot of interesting storylines in baseball right now beyond, the LA Dodgers trying on their quest to win 125 games. So
I find that to be one of the least interesting stories.
It's beyond boring. It's beyond boring. They're a baseball factory right now. Like If you're like I said earlier, I mean this. If you're a Dodger fan, you're like, oh God, regular season. It's a slog. Like it's a slog for a lot of people. Their team's really bad. I think you can have a slog of a regular season after you've just won 2 World Series. You're like, this regular season doesn't matter to us even a little. Not even a little. Like, why would you even get upset? And I think it's perfect for LA Dodger fans. They don't really know much baseball anyway, so they don't even have to really watch, which a lot of them don't anyway. And in the regular season.
Well, the great thing about sports is the unknown. When a season starts, you don't know whether it's going to be a great season, a terrible season. But with the Dodgers, there's just no mystery about it. They, of course, are going to make the playoffs handily. Even if
there's zero mystery.
I mean, last year they had a bad regular season and still won the division.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not going to probably have as bad of a regular season as they did last year because, that's the nature of sports. But, the Dodgers pretty much at their worst are still cruising to the playoffs, which takes a lot of the intrigue and drama out of it. Sure, in October, there's plenty of drama when it's a short series. But for 6 months, it's like, all right, just looking at your watch, waiting for, the actual baseball to start. If you're an LA Dodgers fan, they've almost gamed the system too much in that. What's the point of going to a Dodgers game
for real,
all regular season long?
Why am I spending a nickel to drive in that traffic, to spend the exorbitant prices, to sit in that dump, to watch a team that's going to, again, cruise into the playoffs? Like, it's fun to go to baseball games, don't get me wrong, but that's
save your money for the playoffs.
Save your money for the playoff tickets. They didn't even sell it out.
When we go to a Padres game, when they win, it's like genuinely, we need that. And when it's lose, it's like, ooh, that is genuinely tough because that could be the loss or the win that makes the difference at the end of the season. And when you go to a Dodgers game, you don't feel that way. It's like none of these games feel like they're the difference of anything.
Irrelevant.
Because
it's just
there's
irrelevant.
such a cushion between them and the rest of baseball.
Yeah. So you listen, some of the other storylines we can talk about too, but the injury thing jumped off the page at me yesterday. There's some teams now, and again, that changes everything. Guys going on the IL for 60 days. Well, it's smart. We talked all for a while about you, Benny, were incredulous, I think, there's some pitchers out there going, don't you want to know where you're going? Don't you want to know you're going to Florida? You're going to Arizona? Where am I going to live? Where am I going to play? If you're like, whatever, man, I'm going to wait this thing out. The price tag for some of these guys just went up because of 60-day ILs, so if you're Zach Gallen, you're like, who wants me? Is it Atlanta? I know San Diego needs a pitcher. Now your price tag, because you waited an extra 2 weeks. Hell, man, it could have doubled. What do the Braves need right now after putting Schwellenbach on the 60-day IL yesterday? They need a pitcher.
Don't you think they already knew that like a month or two ago?
I think the Schwellenbach, I don't think that was expected per se. I don't think it was expected. He had like soreness in his shoulder.
No.
I know he had some setbacks as he was trying to get back, though. I mean, he's communicating with team doctors and trainers throughout the offseason. Perhaps they revealed it to everybody yesterday at the start of camp when they put him on the 60-day IL, but I can't think that that's a huge shock to the general manager. Oh, I thought he was perfectly healthy, and all of a sudden you're telling me he's not going to be able to pitch for months?
Go look at the responses from Braves fans that are like,
oh, I'm sure Braves fans were shocked.
They're like,
I just don't know that Braves management is changing their strategy much today versus yesterday.
Shane Bieber shows up. He's worn out from the playoffs. It's, it's a long season. Blue Jays may need another starter. There's a bunch of guys, man, that are going on the IL. So if you're patient, you're Zach Gallen, you're one of those guys, you're like, yeah, you'll overpay now because you really like the Braves are expected to contend.
Somebody that was going to
expected to win a division.
Somebody that was probably set to make $5 million. That number is probably like
8 million, 9 million. Yeah. So,
well, I mean, if we're going to get into it, Zach Gallen turned down $22 million
from the Diamondbacks.
Yep. He got a qualifying offer. Turn that down.
Yep.
Now,
he ain't signed it for $5 million.
Any team that wants to sign him, I mean, keep that in mind. Plus, you have to give up draft picks, a couple of draft picks, and
he probably wants more than 1 year too.
Yeah, definitely.
I was somewhat excited by the reporting yesterday that the Padres were, in on Zach Gallen, one of the teams that has pursued him. But as I kind of thought about it through the day, does it even make a lot of sense? Zach Gallen, if he doesn't get $22 million, he's feeling like, well, that was dumb. Why did I reject the qualifying offer? Don't think you want to pay that much for Zach Gallen at this late stage. So then now he's going to want a year.
Oh, if we could afford it, I would happily pay
But
that
now
money.
he's going to want like an opt-out after the first year.
Sure.
But if you give a guy an opt-out, you're giving up 2 draft picks for a guy who may opt out after 1 year. That's not smart baseball either. Nick Pivetta, at least they had locked up for 2 years when they did it. They gave up the draft picks last year. You already have the worst ranked farm system in baseball. Is it smarter for the Padres to...
Are you trying to win in 26 or are you trying to build up the farm system?
Follow me, Paulie. I'm not saying you don't sign anybody. I'm saying with Zach Gallen, though, do you spend, as Wood said, the money going up for Zach Gallen, you lose the draft picks, or do you hold on to some of that so you have flexibility during the season to maybe acquire, you have draft picks to replace prospects that you need to trade. You have salary room to add a pitcher in the middle of the year from a team that's not contending. Is it smart to spend it right now on Zach Gallen, or is it smarter to hold on and not give up the draft picks and wait until June or July and find a better target, to rent for a couple of months rather than throw it in on potentially a 1-year guy who's going to opt out anyway, and you lose a bunch of draft picks, and he's going to cost a bunch of money, and he hasn't had great seasons the last couple of years.
The rental market is dissipating. People are buying those, or they're renting those rentals right now. We could talk about that too. Sorry, our pal Jordan's like, man, you just torpedoed foreplay. I did. I didn't really have much else. The thing that makes me the most excited in the world is baseball, and baseball was back. So I did watch the soccer match last night. We will get into that as well. It was awesome in a loss. I was going to guttural yell it this morning. I can't guttural yell for a 1-0 loss, even though they moved on, which is, like you said on Twitter last night.
Sometimes the loss is actually a win.
Yeah, sometimes when you lose, you really win.
Right.
And sometimes when you win, you really lose. And we thought it was dumb when it came out on White Men. We did. We all thought it was stupid. She's absolutely right.
She's talking about CONCACAF Champions Cup soccer, apparently. But
she's also talking about really any sport. Let's say you clinch the division, but your ace blows out his elbow. You're like, well, we won, but we lost. We absolutely lost this game. There's been those games where you win, you're like, that felt like a loss, man.
Sometimes when you win, you really lose.
That's right.
And sometimes when you lose, you really win. And sometimes when you win or lose, you actually tie. And sometimes when you tie, you actually win or lose.
I hate it when you talk like that.
Yeah, especially in soccer. I mean, it's
a basketball movie, but it should have been a soccer movie.
It should have been a soccer movie. White men can't kick. I mean, it was just perfect. It was just perfect. So I loved it. It was so nice to see. Texting Darren Smith about it last night. He goes, "This is unbelievable." I didn't, I don't think anybody had this earmarked for SDFC to move on and handle business. They absolutely under attack all night. I mean, just a barrage. I was at the edge of my
Mikey
seat.
Varis way. We're not.
No.
Hey, we're still going to take it to them. No, you are not.
No, you're not.
You are definitely not taking it to the opponent in this game.
You are taking like just shrapnel all night
You're
long.
holding on for dear life.
Let's just take it nice and easy today, everybody.
Yeah, it was an unbelievable loss. A 1-0 loss, which is exactly what they needed because of the aggregate goals. Comedy last night, sitting next to my son, my 8-year-old, and he goes, I don't get it. What do you mean? What is this? Why are we up? Why does it say 1-4? And I go, well, we scored 4 in our game against them. He's like, yeah, but we're losing now. I go, yeah, but it's only 1-0. It's aggregate goals. He goes, what's aggregate? I go, I have no idea. I said, but all I know is we have to keep them under a certain amount. We just need them to not score goals. And he's like, I don't get it. I go, I don't either.
Just think of it as one 180-minute game that takes place in 2 different locations.
That's exactly how I should have put it. They took 2 games, they split them up into one. At the end of the day,
just one
big long game. So that, like Dominic said, they haven't gotten to aggregate and common core yet. But yeah, run differential. Yeah, it was hard. It was hard. When he asked me, I go, oh, please don't ask me that. Please don't ask me why I'm excited to be down 1-0.
Would you rather have baseball series decided by aggregate runs over 3 games as opposed to
effing way? No chance. It'd be fun to do it as a bit for a weekend just to see how it would work. And I fear it would drive me crazy. Don't you?
I think so. I mean, you could lose 2-0, 1-0, but then win 7-1, and you just won the series.
You won the series in the last game.
Aggregate runs in the last game.
I don't like it, dude. I don't like it at all. I don't like it even a little bit. So that's a lot of sports for foreplay. I apologize. I'll bring some doo-doo humor or something tomorrow morning. But I was just really excited that baseball's back.
Fair enough. All right, why don't we just get started then, and we can talk more about pitchers and catchers reporting, the other signings in Major League Baseball yesterday. When we come back, we'll set the menu for the Wednesday edition of Ben and Woods. Glad to have everybody with us on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. We'll be back after a check of traffic with Kelly Danick, but first...
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. GEGE 0000466. For a full list of games and rules, played at 7 Mile Casino. Visit 7milecasino.com.
6:22 in the morning. But if you're just getting off a late night shift at work and you're looking for a place to unwind, have a little fun, 7 Mile Casino is one of the very few 24/7 options conveniently located just minutes away from downtown San Diego, right down the 5 freeway in Chula Vista. It's card room. It's not a slot machine room. It's a card room. But you're going to sit down and you're going to really, I think, have a great time.
I couldn't agree more, Benny. I've had a great time every time I've been to 7 Mile Casino. It is a smoke-free environment as well. They got great food. They got friendly dealers. And when you walk in the door, you'll be greeted by someone. And somebody right there at the California-style blackjack table. They got the Texas Hold'em, the Pai Gow, the Baccarat. And the best part, just 7 minutes from Petco Park.
24/7 food options. Sammy's at 7 Mile. It's a great restaurant. Obviously, you've got the wood-fired pizzas, the pastas, the chopped salads, but the 24/7 players menu with Asian favorites like the absolutely to die for Kung Pao chicken, the messy sundae for dessert. Check something out today. Head on down to 7 Mile Casino, just 7 minutes from downtown.
He just here. I'll show you a little. Just a little.
Please don't.
Just a little bit. What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Nothing. Now,
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
It's gonna hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee.
It's going to in a second.
Right here.
Oh, that is not pleasant.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
First official pitchers and catchers workout today in Peoria, Arizona for your San Diego Padres. Welcome back to our Bill House studios. We know how. It's Ben Woods on a Wednesday morning here on 97.3 The Fan. We'll talk Padres and Major League Baseball here at the bottom of the hour as we get started. We will also get more into last night's SDFC game at 7 o'clock. Don't do this at 7:20. We have no shortage of stories to choose from. Don't do this wise, so we should have a good segment there. And then second half of the program, we've got Take on Woods, chance to win those tickets to 9 Inch Nails. We have 2 qualifiers already for our weekly grand prize at 8:35. Spring training Sammy
There
will
you
join
go.
us
There we go.
on our David P. Shapiro fan hotline. All of the coverage with Sammy day to day brought to you by David P. Shapiro criminal defense attorneys, helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. The 9 o'clock hour includes our biggest fan contest and our Roundel Report headlines as we head until 10 o'clock today on 97.3 The Fan. But let's start by going back to yesterday. We talked to Sammy late in the show. We had a little bit on Steven Souza Jr. and Randy Knorr, two of the Padres' new coaches who spoke to the media at the back patio at the Peoria Sports Complex. And I thought we should dive a little bit more because I went later and listened to the entire session with both guys, including some of the hitting philosophies for Steven Souza Jr. Kind of one of the bigger issues for the Padres coming out of last season. They finished near the bottom of the pack in slugging and home runs in Major League Baseball. Now, let's not delude ourselves into thinking a hitting coach can snap his fingers and just change an entire organization's ability to hit.
You ever heard of David Popkins? Does that name ring a bell to you?
I've heard of David Popkins.
Okay.
I don't think even David Popkins just snapped his fingers.
Okay.
though. It's a process.
Okay.
And I think, Steven Souza, you'll hear from him. He also says most of the improvement has to come from just players
Within.
It
comes from within.
Good players producing better than they did before, but there were a couple of things that were interesting. Let's get to a little bit of the audio here from new Padres hitting coach Steven Souza Jr.
A hitting philosophy is a big thing, a big subject to cover. There's a lot that goes into it. But what can you kind of tell us about what you view for this organization philosophically on the hitting side of things? What is your philosophical approach to hitting?
Yeah. Well, first of all, it's nice to have a talented roster like this. First of all, you're only as good as the players you have. I think in the culture you create, and there's a lot of really good players in this offense that do a really good job of a lot of different things and have had some Hall of Fame careers and some MVP type years. And so I think having that foundation is good. I think what I'm going to try and bring is controlling the zone, hammering mistakes, being able to make the pitcher do something different out there. Because when these guys put the ball in the barrel, it's hit hard and it goes a long way typically. And so being able to create traffic when that happens is a huge part of, I think, the success going forward.
All right. So that's, to me, that's a pretty good synopsis of a strategy of what he's trying to do. Not earth-shattering, but controlling the zone. That's something every good baseball team should do offensively. You're swinging at the pitches you want to swing at. And then by creating, basically unlocking the slug, he says you got to make the other pitcher uncomfortable. Like, make them do things they don't want to do. Don't let them come to you with their game. You got to get them off there. And one thing to do is by creating traffic on the base paths, that's going to mess with other pitchers and give your better hitters a chance to slug more. None of this is revolutionary. Yes, it's good to have guys on base. Yes, it's good to swing at strikes rather than balls. Let the balls go. Hit mistakes.
It's like when you break it all down, it's like he just said, yeah, we're hoping to swing at the good pitches. We're hoping to not
hammer
swing
the
at the bad pitches and, go from there, see what happens.
Funny, I've got baseball practice today at 3:30. I'll be telling my 7, 8, 9-year-olds the exact same stuff. Guys, we're going to swing at strikes. We're going to hit the ball hard, and we're going to make that pitcher come in the zone to you. That's what we're going to do. That's what we're here to do. We're here to punish baseballs. I don't know. It's first meeting with the guy. I don't know. It's going to take him some time. He's going to, the funny thing is he's going to be out in Arizona with these guys working on hitting. And when he gets to Petco Park and 17 games are under his belt, he's going to go, that's different. That's even worse than I thought it was, right? Like, that's even harder to hit. Or, when you get into May and June, you're like, oh, so now it's completely changed as well. The approach, it's just it's a weird place to hit. And it's going to come with some growing pains. And so, it's fine. I mean, couldn't have blown by my hair back less.
No, but I did sense a savviness in him. I think he studies the pitchers quite that, which is deeply. It's not so much about fixing mechanical things in your own guys' swings. Those guys handle their own business when it comes to their swing and what they're trying to do. He talked about, you just want your guys to have confidence going up to the plate. But I think that confidence for Steven Souza comes from, all right, knowing exactly what the strategy of the opposing pitcher is going to be to try to get you out. And then if you can foil that strategy, make them do something that they hadn't planned to do and get them on their heels, that puts you in a spot where you can be aggressive at the plate, team wide. And that's that's the sense that I got of his philosophy on day one of Padres spring training.
Yeah, I mean, it's different. I did a read yesterday. I retweeted it into my feed. I read an article on Kyle Bodie, who's a special assistant now for Craig Breslow and the Boston Red Sox. And he, of course, owns and operates Driveline. And I read this article, man. Now, again, you want to talk about a guy that knows exactly what he wants from his pitchers and his hitters. It's staggering to hear him talk about hitting, what the Red Sox need to do in particular, lift the ball, pull side, right? These are the things we need to be talking about here in San Diego. Lift the ball, pull side from the right side. Manny actually did it. Like I read a piece by Eno too. Manny actually did it as good as anybody last year, like fifth best pull side balls in the air of an exit below of 95 miles an hour. Like he was on the right track. Think about how many warning shot balls he hit last year that didn't go left. They went dead center. I think what did he end up with? 27 home runs, something like that. I mean, I can think of at least 3 more to get him to his beloved 30, at least. So again, pull side, balls in the air. Miguel Andujar, another one, needs to get out to the Higgy Bank as much as he can. Fernando Tatis Jr. needs to get out to the Higgy Bank as well this year. That's kind of what I'm looking for. And I think, eventually when Souza's out here and he's every day watching these guys hit at Petco, I think it changes a little bit.
One thing that was abundantly clear yesterday is that both Steven Souza Jr. and Randy Knorr, the new bench coach, are Craig Stammen guys.
Yeah.
Souza in particular talked about the fact
how did they know each other?
Golf buddies. They played together on the Nationals.
I didn't know Souza was on the Nationals. Okay.
And have kept in contact, played golf together. Souza was a hot commodity. He talked about having a few different offers from different teams after working with the Tampa Bay Rays. I don't know if it was all as hitting coaches, but he said a little surprised, that was the direction he was going to go. But once the opportunity presented itself, he's going like, oh yeah, Craig Stammen, hitting coach, Padres, love this decision. But he had other opportunities, places he could go. But Craig Stammen wanted him there. Now, Randy Knorr, who also was from the Washington Nationals, was a minor league manager, was a bullpen coach, and definitely was there with Craig Stammen. He was pretty candid when he said, I was surprised. I did not see this coming. I didn't know that Craig Stammen thought as highly of me as he did when he called in the offseason and said, I'd like you to think about being my bench coach.
It's like the meme, the guy that was like, me?
Me? Seemed like a good guy. Hard to get an impression on a 5-minute conversation on a back patio on the first day. He said, my job is to make Craig Stammen the best manager he can possibly be. And all the games that I've managed in my life in the minor leagues, just give him that anticipation of, hey, big decisions coming up. You're going to have to make one fast here just to kind of lay out things the way that he sees it going forward. And that's really any good bench coach's job. And he's got Craig Stammen's back and going to be his lieutenant, and seems like he understands the role. But he made a very interesting point that I hadn't really thought about. And he said, the Washington Nationals in the 2010s, very similar to the San Diego Padres of the 2020s. If you look back, Washington Nationals broke through in 2012 when they won the NL East, 98 games, but lost in the division round of the playoffs. Then stepped back next season, missed the playoffs. Then won the division again, but lost in the playoffs in the first round to the Giants. Then 2015 had a really disappointing year with just 83 wins, missed the playoffs, won the division a couple of more times, didn't advance to the playoffs, lost in the playoffs. And then in 2019, of course, broke through and won the World Series. And he said, and I look at the Padres and I go, 2020, they break through and make the playoffs. 2021, they miss. 2022, get to the NLCS. 2023, a disappointing 83-win season. 2024 and 2025 make the playoffs. This is the place that we were in as an organization with the Washington Nationals. Some people believed that it was time to throw it all out. Others thought, hey, we're close on the verge. And it turned out everything came together with a magical season. You had Steven Strasburg, stay healthy all the way through, ended up pitching their way to a World Series title. But he brought up the Atlanta Braves of the 1990s. You've got to not keep knocking on the door. And the more you get there, the better you have a chance to finally break through and maybe win that World Series title. And he thought, I feel like the Padres are near that end stage like we were with the Washington Nationals in the 2010s, here somewhere late in the 2020s, ready to make the breakthrough season. Is it this year? Is it next year? I don't know. I hope so as a Padres fan. I hope it's both years. But it was an interesting comparison that I hadn't really made that connection between the Nationals and the Padres.
No, we always compare ourselves to like the Phillies, the aging core, aging core, just haven't been able to crack through. Now, they did make a World Series. Yeah, we did not. Should have, went cold for 24. We all know how that went. But yeah, that is a decent comparison. But yeah, look, at the end of the day, it's nice to have somebody that has been part of an organization that has seen the ups and downs and the constantly knocking down, kicking down the door. Hopefully the Pods can get that done.
A couple other news and notes from the first day of Padres spring training. Jason Adam, I saw some video of him doing cone drills in the outfield, which is actually even more telling
stressful
than I think, throwing off the mound.
Pitching.
We know he's been throwing bullpen sessions since December, but can he jump off the mound and field a baseball if he needed to without wrecking the knee? Just kind of seeing him out there, shuffling back and forth and doing some stuff in the field was exciting. Craig Stammen said, we are not going to be pushing him. We're going to take it as slow as the trainers tell us to. Jason Adams says his target is to be ready for opening day. Greg Stammen said, let's not,
settle down
a little bit. We don't want you to, overexert yourself here in spring. Probably will pitch in some backfield games before getting a shot in Cactus League games. So don't think you'll see him until like March or so in a Cactus League game, but still mostly encouraging news about the Padres, one of their key bullpen members.
And he tore an ACL.
I believe that was the
knee. Yeah, something in his knee, I think.
Because that is such a rapid recovery. Like, he just seems like he got really, really lucky and did a lot of work to get to this point. We were all expecting July or
September.
August, September,
ruptured
probably.
left quadriceps tendon. So it wasn't the ACL, but it was a tendon in his left leg.
God, he made it to number 10 on MLB Now's top 10 relief pitchers yesterday. Jason Adams.
Padres had 3 on the Shredders, which is a computer ranking. Top 10 of relievers in all of baseball.
It's funny because I looked at the Shredders' third baseman. They had Max Muncy as the number 1 third baseman. So I was like, the Shredders terrible. Then yesterday I was like, the Shredders awesome. Look at how they got. Yeah, the Shredder crushes.
His lists are really cool.
These lists are perfect because they had Mason Miller number 2, Adrian Morejon 8, and Jason Adam 10. I would have had Adrian Morejon a little higher and certainly above our beloved Matt Strahm. I don't, on no planet would any manager go, Strahm or Morejon? Give me Strahm. I love Strahm. Matt is my boy. But I think even Matt Strahm in his quiet moments would tell you, oh, yeah, no, Morejon's nasty. Way nastier.
If you want to talk baseball cards,
Strahm
for sure.
But,
that list was crazy. Like, over half the list had Padres ties.
Three of the other guys on the list.
Oh, and the old Padres.
Yeah.
Strahm and Munoz are former Padres as well. So
it's one thing AJ can do. He can build a friggin' bullpen, man. There's nobody that does it like he does. So, with Adam, knowing too, and there's 4 or 5 guys that are in our bullpen that are nasty as hell too, that, you don't really have to worry about. So with Adam, there's really no reason to rush him back. It's a total marathon, not a sprint for Jason Adam. Need him healthy as can be.
All right, let's check traffic, and we can talk about some of the other pitching signings, the injuries on the first day of spring training when we come back with Ben Woods here on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center. Injured? Demand justice. Demand Jurowitz. 855GetRoss.com. Here's Kelly Danick.
Traffic is sponsored by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. A messy ride on our wet roadways this morning, guys, especially on that coastline now, northbound 5 before the racetrack. There is a collision reportedly in middle lanes up ahead. Still clearing an accident near Encinitas Boulevard. That's over the right shoulder. And get this traffic alert northbound 5 near Harbor Drive. 2 left lanes are blocked with a crash. We've also got the roadway pretty much flooded across all lanes on westbound 78, approaching the 5 eastbound side. It's mostly those right lanes from the 5 toward Jefferson that you're going to find flooded. Now getting reports of a vehicle fire westbound 52 near Convoy. This is over to the right shoulder, and possible encampment fire west 54 right before the 5. Some smoke visible in the area. Heads up, San Diego. The next long weekend is coming up. Get road ready now. Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Get you in and out fast. No appointment needed. Real pros check lights, fluids, and tires with any oil change. Locations and coupons at SoCalOilChange.com. Valvoline Instant Oil Change, a 15-minute drive-through oil change. I'm Kelly Danick with Ben & Woods, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
The Colorado Rockies had their busiest day of the offseason yesterday, adding pitching depth, if not pitching excitement to their rotation, picking up 2 players, Tomoyuki Sugano and Jose Quintana, formerly of the Milwaukee Brewers, left-hander, to add to their rotation this season, both on like $4 million deals. Don't know that they're going to be giant difference makers for the Colorado Rockies, especially pitching in the thin air of Coors Field, but I do agree with the strategy that you need as much pitching depth as you can possibly have if you're a Colorado Rockies team.
My word, man. They had a 6.65 ERA last season. 6.65. That's the highest in any full Major League Baseball season in the history of the game.
Makes it easy to improve.
That's the thing. Much like with Steven Souza. Like, hey, man, if you can come in and improve incrementally, like, we'll be in much better shape offensively than we were last year. Hard to beat how poor this team was offensively. So nowhere to go but up for the San Diego Padres offensively, and the same can be said for the Colorado Rockies pitching staff. But there were a couple moves yesterday. We talked about Aaron Savale.
Mm-hmm.
He got signed by the White
Sox.
White
That's what
Sox.
I want to
Yep.
say. Yeah.
And then this morning, Jordan Montgomery signed with the Texas Rangers. I did not know he was a free agent.
He was a free agent, apparently.
I had literally
it was not
no
on my radar,
idea.
but he won't be back from his Tommy John surgery for a few more months. Yeah. But they're thinking he could join their rotation perhaps in the second half of the season if he's healthy.
Texas
Rangers.
He was really good for them, by the way.
Here's a partial list of which pitchers are still available. And Kevin Acee yesterday kind of poo-pooed the idea of Zach Gallen in his piece in the Union Tribune, saying the Padres.
A's.
That's right. He's saying that it's still probably too rich for the Padres' blood to try to sign Zach Gallen unless the price tag comes way down. So don't get excited by reports that the Padres are in on Zach Gallen. But in addition to Zach Gallen, still have Chris Bassett, Lucas Giolito, Max Scherzer. Justin Verlander's off the board as he went back to the Detroit Tigers.
Where it all began.
Where it all began on a 1-year, $13 million, although most of it's deferred, so I don't know what the actual
it's like 11
value.
Deferred.
It's a lot of it's deferred until after 2030. And then you've got, let's see, Miles Michaelis, Patrick Corbin, Griffin Canning, Walker Buehler. I mean, it gets the list gets pretty thin quickly beyond Giolito, Gallen, Bassett, and Littell, maybe, as potential guys that you really would feel comfortable putting right into your starting rotation. Will the Padres land one of those guys here before the start of the season?
I think you have to. You have to get something. You have to. And I don't know what Giolito's market looks like. No, he had a bounce-back season for the Red Sox last year. He's still pretty young. Mm-hmm. He's interesting to me, as is Bassett. But you know, they got to do something, man. They really do. They're going to be very thin at starting pitcher. It's funny. I walked in this morning. There's a notepad in front of me, and I don't know if it's Tony Gwynn Jr. or I don't know if it's Chris Ello. You seem to think it might be Ello because the
small handwriting is Ello's signature, but I don't know what Tony Gwynn Jr.'s handwriting looks like.
I don't either. But they had their prospective lineup against right-handers. They had their prospective lineup against left-handers. Here's where it got interesting to me. They had their starting rotation, and they had it as King, Pivetta, Musgrove, Randy Vasquez, Tristan McKenzie. They had in the 5 there. No J.P. Sears. That's J.P. Sears erasure right now. So I don't know. I mean, it could be could be you're going to need more than 5 guys to get through the season. We all know that. You're going to need 12 starters at some point to get through the season. You don't have it. You don't have it right now. Outside of
you have bodies. You have Marco Gonzalez. You have Tristan McKenzie. You have J.P. Sears.
You've got Matt Waldron.
You've got Matt Waldron still, but
that's 9 guys.
Things would look a lot better with one more established starting pitcher for your San Diego Padres.
Yeah, agreed. But there needs to be another addition. But again, with so many guys getting hurt, asking price goes up a little bit. Maybe you should have pulled the trigger a little earlier, but maybe there's just nobody they're interested in, Ben. Maybe there's something about all of them that doesn't profile for A.J. Preller and what he's looking for.
No, I mean, they all have question marks.
Sure, that's why they're still there, most of them.
Zach Gallen, the qualifying offer, as we talked about earlier, is big. You don't want to give up draft picks for a guy who's big question mark. Giolito is definitely on the back end of his career. Bassett's getting older. He's 36.
Giolito's still young, though. Isn't he? He's like 30 years old.
They're still in the early 30s.
Yeah, I think he. Am I crazy or is he like 29?
He is 31.
31.
Okay.
That's not bad. I mean, he's got some mileage on that arm for sure. But yeah, no, as Alex says, that's not a good rotation. No, it's not. It is not. But you do have an elite pen. You have an elite pen, and we won a bunch of games last year.
The top 4 is, I mean,
top 4 is fine. If healthy, is fine.
Solid,
yeah,
very solid. It's the rest of it that what are you going to do those days that you don't have one of your top 4 going? How are you going to stay in games?
Yeah.
So that's what it looks like right now. And as you mentioned, with injuries kind of popping up on the first day of spring training to guys like Spencer Schwellenbach.
Reese Olson's out for the year. They knew that was coming in Detroit.
Shane Bieber going to be maybe out for a while.
Yep.
That you may have other teams that are kicking the tires on even some of these guys as potential short-term replacements for what they're getting. Makes it harder for the Padres to sign. All right, that's a little baseball talk to get us started. Do want to get into last night's soccer match in Mexico City. Yes, it was a 1-0 loss, but SDFC got the job done, advancing to the second round of the CONCACAF Champions Cup. We'll talk about that. Don't do this. Coming up next year on 97.3 The Fan. Don't go away. First selfie of the day from Sam Levitt is in. Got
Nice.
his Dutch Bros coffee, and he has arrived for day 2 at the Peoria Sports Complex. He will be with us next hour.
He's unreal.
At 8:35.
He's unreal.
He is uniquely Sammy, isn't he?
He is uniquely Sammy. Dutch Brothers, known for lots of sugar in their coffee. They have a sweet, sweet coffee. Now, we heard Sammy yesterday. He's trying to dial it in. So I'm going to ask him today.
I don't know. That's where I would have started.
It's a good point. It's a really good point. Hey, let me just get this Cinnabon out of the way. Good morning, everybody. Live from
I'm only
Peoria.
having one. I gotta.
You can always go with the sugar substitutes,
Yeah,
or I don't know what's in that cup. I will say I've never been to Dutch Brothers. There is one right next to Goat Hill. You can actually see it.
Yeah,
from the
you can
course.
see it from the course.
There is always 30 cars
It's crazy.
in the drive-through.
How good could it
any,
possibly
at
be?
any moment of the day. I mean, are they putting crack in their coffee? Like I'm curious almost. I don't generally like overly sweet coffee, but man, people do love that place.
They love Dutch Brothers, and Sammy is no exception. So we'll try. Let's try it when we go out there.
Kayla says it is crack.
It is crack. Okay.
Dutch Brothers coffee.
All just sugar.
So we will talk to Sammy in our next hour. But right now, I want to get into a little bit of soccer talk from last night's game, which went not the way that Mike Yvaris probably would have scripted it for his team. Remember, SDFC went into the match last night at Pumas in Mexico City with a 4-1 lead, essentially. So all they had to do was not lose 3-0 or worse.
Correct.
And they were going to advance to the second round of the CONCACAF Champions Cup. So, they were going to be smart about it. Yes, they still wanted to take it to the other team, try to score goals, but they also realized that the one thing they couldn't afford was give up like a 1 or 2 goals early and give the other team a ton of hope. They nearly put it away in the first half. Amal Pellegrino had 2 shots off the post on counterattacks, kind of the one-on-one, 1-on-2 situations where, man, just inches away. You get 1 goal in, you get 2 goals in, it's over. It's, they need to score 5 or 6 even to advance, and that was never going to happen, but they didn't. Now, Puma started getting some opportunities.
Yeah, you could say that.
And Pablo Cisniega, who is the backup goalkeeper for SDFC with CJ Dos Santos still out, stepped up with some big saves in the first half to keep it a scoreless draw at halftime.
He was outstanding last night. There were, 9-3 shots on goal. So 9 shots in on Pablo last night. Saved 8 of them. Bro, there's a couple in there that I was like, oh, we're dead. I mean, we're dead. It's like wide open, and he pulled it, out of his rear end and made these incredible saves, kept us right there in the game. By all accounts, should have been like a 6-1 loss. I mean, truly, they had so many good looks.
They could have not advanced in that game.
No
No doubt about it. It was, Pumas took it to SDFC. And then in the second half, you get started. They get that free kick where they score the goal. Kind of fluky. I don't think they were even trying to score, but it just bounced right in past Cisniega. So makes it 1-0. At this point, if you're watching on FS2, you lose the game, which is wild.
It was like the Heidi game.
So,
you know what I mean? It just boom. It's
so,
out.
I'm sure like contractually, they had college basketball in FS1, just like the Aztecs are sometimes on FS1. But when the game, think about this, when the game before the Aztecs game goes over, sometimes they say, hey, turn to Fox Sports 2, FS2 for the start of your game.
Right.
Well, you're always bumping something that was supposed to be on FS2 at that time. We'd turn it on, then we go back to FS1 for the college basketball. Sure. In this case, we were watching what was on FS2 when the TCU game got, bumped over to FS2 for the start because of an overtime overrun on FS1, which means all of a sudden just the soccer is gone. And they tell us, you can find it on the Fox Sports app. I don't have the Fox Sports app, so I was just out of luck for about 10 minutes.
You didn't even move over to FS1?
I went to the Spanish.
No, it was just gone. It was on TV. You went to the TUDN, the Spanish language.
What happened to me, it was right when I was putting the kids down, and I didn't even know. It was when I was putting the kids down. I came back, and I looked online, and everyone was panicked about the game. So I went to I know I spent a lot of time slagging it off yesterday. I went to the my wife was watching the Olympics, the Contour app on my phone. Now I'm at home, my own Wi-Fi, and I saw it, and it was in Spanish, but I watched it in Spanish as we were lying there. So it was awesome. It was an awesome
So
loss
they
last night.
had a couple more chances, couple more saved for Cisniega when they get back, and you could see as the match was going on, SDFC was starting to run out of gas.
Yeah, Mikey Barnes talked about it too. He said, he had to use all 5 subs. He goes, yeah, like your first time up there at that altitude. He goes, you got it in your head what it might be like. Then your heart starts pumping and you got the adrenaline going. It like doubles it, right? Like you're already at altitude. You're already going to be scuffling. Then your heart starts beating fast. You're like, just like, it's just
that feeling like you're in a cold gym or you're outside on a run. It's like it hurts to breathe.
Yeah,
it's just like you can feel it. Like that happens down here in San Diego, like at sea level or whatever. Like I can't even imagine what it would be like to play soccer or basketball or anything at altitude like that.
They all had the red cheeks. They all just red cheeked and just pouring sweat. Really, really hard fought, loss, but a hard fought. But they did exactly what they needed to do.
Essentially it's one of the biggest wins in SDFC's existence.
Correct.
And it was a loss. It was a 1-0 loss, and it was one of the biggest wins they've had so far, because Pumas they're a notable Mexican League team. They're not having a really good season. I think it was 10th last year, but they've won the CONCACAF Champions Cup 3 times. They are, a perennial top team in their league, and it gives San Diego FC a lot of credibility to take them out in the first round of the tournament. Now, they have some time to come back home and recover. The second round of the CONCACAF Champions Cup doesn't begin until March 11th at Snapdragon Stadium, but you're going to be facing an even tougher opponent. Toluca, who actually won the Mexican League last year. They got a bye into the second round. You'll face them just like this, a 2-leg aggregate, one here, one. Now, Toluca is about 90 minutes west of Mexico City.
Still high?
Even higher.
Even
over
higher.
8,000 feet, even higher in the mountains, over 8,000 feet of elevation, and quite frankly, a much better team. San Diego FC was the underdog, maybe slightly, maybe more than slightly against Pumas. They will be a big underdog against Toluca in the second round of this tournament.
And that will be after the MLS season's already started.
Yes. Yeah. So the next game for SDFC is a week from Saturday, February 21st. They will open their MLS schedule at home against Montreal. I think they have 2 home games on Saturdays to start, or Saturday and then Sunday, March 1st. And then they'll have another MLS game on the road. And then they will have their home game against Toluca on March 11th in the second round of the CONCACAF Champions Cup. So plenty of chances to recover, rest, get more form, as they say in soccer. Get your form right after a few games under your belt. It's pretty amazing that, Pumas had 4 regular season games, I think, already before they'd even played SDFC. These were the first 2 games at all. Really spring training games almost essentially for SDFC. They're still in the middle of their spring training, as it were, their training camp for the start of their MLS season, but they played these real games in the middle and ended up advancing. Now, the next time they go, they'll be a lot more comfortable, familiar with everything they're trying to do, have probably worked in some of the new players. We didn't see Lewis Morgan. They signed the guy this week. Obviously they'll be able to work some of those guys in as well, so they'll have a deeper roster with more guys to choose from when they get to the second round of the Champions Cup.
I thought Pablo definitely wins the MVP last night, but Mano Dua was amazing last night as well. Just clogging up kind of the middle there. They had a lot of opportunities. They had a lot of opportunities without some of the work that he did, but man, I'm just all in. I love it. It was so fun. It was like 5:03 and you texted us. You're like, hey, that game's starting. And I went, I was playing basketball with Bo. I go, I'm going in. And I walked inside and was like, I got to sit down. I got to be locked in for this game. It's a weird reality to be faced with. If you had told me this was going to happen a year and a half ago or 2 years ago, I wouldn't have believed you. But I had to run inside. It was like, all right, shut up. Put this game on. It was awesome.
One of the fun things.
They're so fun to watch, man.
Pumas is essentially an old school, think like Yankees, Dodgers of Mexican soccer. They booed their own team off the field, even though they won yesterday, for not advancing against what they considered to be an upstart, inferior American
I read
MLS opponent. That's unacceptable to their fan base to lose to somebody like SDFC.
They kept showing their manager, their coach on the sideline, and he looked a mess. I mean, he really did. He looked a mess. He looked,
what is happening?
Yeah, like he looked a mess, and especially after the 4-1 loss. He had done a press conference after that. He's like, I don't know what's going on. He goes, my kid gets like bullied at school because his dad is like, not great. And he's had a wealth of success as a soccer manager, but it just hasn't clicked with Pumas yet. And he's like, he did a press conference. It was like, yeah, my kid's like getting in fights about it and stuff at school. It's not great. And apparently Toluca people in the chat are saying, they're like, oh, you think you've seen a hostile environment before? Wait till you go play there. So the intrigue is through the roof. I can't wait. Look at me, Darren Smith Jr. over here.
Yeah, and it's good to see that even though they didn't play the way they normally like to play, they didn't control the ball. Pumas had much more possession. Somehow they found a way to get done what they wanted to accomplish, and that was lose by just a goal or so.
Yeah,
and they didn't score. It wasn't SDFC football, but it was a job well done by the team, and that's good. I think in any sport, being able to win or succeed in multiple different ways, and to have the defense have to lead the way. There was one moment very at the end. It was pretty much done because they still were 2 goals up on aggregate with like stoppage time, and Andres Dreyer had a breakaway, and it was 1-on-0, 1-on-1, but you could see him dribbling down the field just.
About again.
just trying to get to the other side of the field. By the time he got to the goal, he was like, I got nothing left. Never mind. He didn't even get a shot off. This is one of the best players in MLS. It'll be even tougher when they have to go back to Toluca in a month. But at least they'll have the experience, and having done it before, maybe that'll serve them well when they play a much tougher game next time around.
A lot of fun, man.
All right, 3, 2, 1. Catching up with Padres pitcher Michael King, and the Padres dugout about to launch the
live look at Woods after walking up the stairs.
Well, you're going to Mexico City.
I am, dude.
In 2 months. So,
is it higher than Telluride, Colorado?
I think it's a little lower.
Is it a little lower?
Yeah, it's like 7,300 feet. The elevation at Telluride is
87.
So it'll be more like Toluca is. Telluride is Toluca.
My father-in-law, fully knowing who his son-in-law is, was like, we can just walk back to my house with all the gear from the mountain. We don't need to drive the 300 yards. And I go, oh, okay, sounds good. As I'm lugging skis and whatnot back, just dying, like having to stop to take breaks on the way. Just like I'm interviewing Michael King in the dugout. It was horrible.
3, 2,
You still have him when he called us from vacation.
Oh, yeah.
When Ben called him from
vacation in Washington.
You would have thought you just got done playing a half.
That's when we thought the Padres were getting. Who was it that was supposed to be coming in a trade?
It was you were gone on the trade deadline.
Yeah, I was gone for the trade deadline.
Yep.
And was it Scherzer? Were they going to land
Yeah, I think it was the Scherzer deal.
And Ken Rosenthal had reported that, and it ended up not happening.
And the Padres are just here at the start of their window, and they still have their top 4 prospects intact to make trades over the next, whether it's today or next year, or the offseason, or whenever. So in that sense, I'm still feeling pretty good about things.
We're talking to Ben Higgins, our co-host. He's on vacation. How's the vacation going, by the way? Are you getting any relaxation done?
Oh, yeah. It's lots of relaxation. Played some golf yesterday, spending a lot of time at the lake. And
you can
water's actually really nice, really clean.
Jogging.
They have this fresh, I don't know, they call it fresh water here. We don't have that sort of thing down in San Diego.
Are you jogging right now? What are you doing?
We're walking through town. Shelly's got a really fast pace. I'm having trouble keeping up with.
Yeah, I can tell. What's the where's
she wants to find some breakfast.
Where's the fire?
Fire. It's over the mountain somewhere. There's a little smoke in the air as well. That's probably.
He literally was
when you're with someone who's hungry
panic.
and they have their mind is set and they're like they need to eat.
Yeah, I'll meet you at the restaurant. Go ahead.
Well, I didn't know where we were going though. It was
so why are you running so fast if you don't know your destination?
Well, she knew apparently, but I didn't know where I was going. So
text me. I'll see you there. I'm on the phone. exactly what you sound like you were having a panic attack.
I was a little panicked at that moment.
Holy cow. It was incredible. I forgot about that. Somebody brought it up in the chat. That was great.
All right, let's take a quick timeout. We got Don't Do This coming up next. I've got a couple of stories to choose from, including a bizarre post-Olympic interview by one of the medal winners yesterday in Italy.
Again, one of those things I had to go research because I thought it was fake.
Exactly.
You'll never believe it if you haven't seen it.
And then I'm excited about the Do This. A couple of teams stepping up where I didn't expect it yesterday. We'll get to all of that coming up after a check of traffic with more Ben and Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. That out of breath, Ben, was prior to SDFatLoss.com. I will say I probably would get a lot more wind now after losing 40 pounds in 60 days. The right way, the sustainable way, by eating right and following the great advice of my coach, my counselor at SDFatLoss.com. You can have the same success story as I did by signing up now for a free consultation and learning about the plan at SDFatLoss.com. Learn how you can lose up to a pound of fat per day and 10 to 20% of your body weight in just 60 days without any exercise or injections that you'll need to keep taking week after week, month after month, year after year if you want to keep the weight off. Not with SDFatLoss.com. Their maintenance strategies help you keep the weight off after you've lost it. It's the one plan that I've ever done that I've been able to keep the weight off now almost 3 years. You could be the next success story like so many other tier ones out there that have lost thousands of pounds. Again, free consultation at SDFatLoss.com. When we sign up in February, get $200 off the program at SDFatLoss.com. SDFatLoss.com. Results may vary.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Don't Do This, brought to you by Dixie Line Lumber and Home Centers, helping San Diego homeowners and contractors fix it, build it,
enjoy it.
I will start at the Olympics with the story of Norwegian biathlete Sturla Holm Lagerud.
Right.
Who, won a bronze medal at the Olympics. You think got to be one of the best moments of his life. He immediately is being interviewed by Norwegian television after the winning the bronze medal.
I got the audio here if you'd like.
You a little Norwegian. It's in Norwegian.
Nei, det stort. Det min første OL-medalje. Og jeg vil takke alle som har hjulpet meg på veien. Smørerne.
So you probably think he's talking about, well, I don't know, biathlon, like, the event.
How it feels to win a medal.
Shout out to my parents for always, getting me those guns.
All that cross-country skiing.
Getting me those skis.
Steady heart rate with the guns.
Thank you, Mom. Thank you, Dad.
No, actually, he used his platform to try to win back the girlfriend he had cheated on recently. Here's the translation of the interview. He said, I realized that this is the woman in my life, and I can't live my whole life keeping it a secret from her. My only way to solve it is to tell everything and put everything on the table and hope she can still love me. She said, I met her 6 months ago, and then I cheated on her. and I made the biggest mistake of my life. I told her about it a week ago. It's been the worst week of my life. Don't know if she's listening right now. I had a gold medal in my life, but now I have only eyes for her. I wish I could share it with her.
My man is down.
He's down bad.
He's in trouble.
The question from the reporter was, congratulations on your Olympic bronze medal. How do you feel? And that was his answer.
It's classic oversharing, but the I'm going to come clean and then go to Italy for the Olympics it's tough. And then he's there just suffering the whole time for the week, and then he has to go cross country ski and shoot things. Can't be ideal. But again, he placed, right?
He got third, yeah, got the bronze. And
you think it'll work?
I don't know. It sounds fairly genuine.
He's really hurting.
Oh, yeah.
He is really, really hurting. Michael says, you might have had a shot if you won gold. She's like, yeah, you won the bronze. I'm sorry. Not doing it for me. Oh, her response is out there? I got to find it.
Oh, what? No, I've not seen
an update to the story, Ben.
She has actually responded.
I'll wait. I will wait for this. I was going to talk about a linebacker in college football that has just been granted his
Here we go.
9th.
Oh, yes.
Oh, go ahead.
Sterla Legrid's ex-girlfriend responds after he publicly admitted to cheating.
Okay.
It's hard to forgive, even after a declaration of love in front of the whole world. I did not choose to end up in this situation, and it hurts to have to be in it. We've been in contact, and he is aware of my views on this.
Okay. Well, it sounds like he's got a chance, man. It does. It sounds like there's a chance. Right?
I mean,
they're in yeah, it does. They're in contact. He knows how I feel.
I read that as we've been in contact. I've told him to leave my name out of his mouth, to stop talking about me.
Maybe.
That's how I read that.
Potentially. Man, that is such a weird move on the national stage. Anyway, I was going to tell you guys, I don't know that this is a don't do this. I think some people could look at it as a do this, but Montana linebacker Solomon Tuliaupupu, Ben, is going to return for the 2026 season after being granted wait for it, 9th year of eligibility by the NCAA. A 9th year. Nine
years in college.
Yep.
That's even longer than
me.
In college.
100%. He turns 26 in March.
Good
26. Even I got out of college at like 22, entering his second season at Montana. Now, listen, he's been banged up, man. He keeps getting banged up. He started at USC all the way back in 2018, Benjamin, and a sideline for his entire undergraduate campaign. He had 2 surgeries. This guy loves football and just wants to play football and keeps getting hurt. How long do you think you could, I don't want to say milk it, but how long, what if he gets hurt this year? Will he get a 10th year?
I don't know.
If he gets hurt in spring practice, they're like, all right, come on back. Like, when does it end, if ever?
Takes a surfing class.
Right. Yeah. I'm sure he's graduated.
One unit.
Yeah.
Once you've actually played 4 full years, plus your COVID year, I think then you are officially done. But he had so many injuries and red shirts and everything that it's just added up to 9 actual years.
That guy loves him some football.
He does.
Yeah.
All right, finally, a little do this.
DD mega doo-doo.
I thought it was great. I saw both the Washington Nationals and Washington Commanders front offices yesterday making a big point about what a loss it was for the Washington Post sports department to all get their walk-in papers this week. Of course, that was a big story, the Post sports section going away with all the writers being let go. And both organizations actually made a big point of it. Paul Taboni, who is the president of the Washington Nationals, talked about all the reporters and what great work they do. Andrew Golden, Spencer Nussbaum, Chelsea Janes, Barry Cervaluga. We've had both of them on the show
many times
in the past. He says it totally doesn't feel real. I feel for Andrew and Spencer, Chelsea, and Barry, the incredible work they've done. I've only been here a short time, but I've been really fortunate to get to know them, be a small part in understanding the professionalism with which they carry themselves and the incredible work they've done. And he went on to tell the story, and I thought this was great. He said he grew up in San Francisco, and every morning he'd wake up, pull out the San Francisco Chronicle Sporting Green with his brothers and sisters and reading people like Bruce Jenkins and Scott Ostler and Susan Slusser and Ann Killian got Tim to love sports and get into sports. And he said that's important for local communities to have a sports section covering their teams. And I think this is notable because, remember, it's the job of these reporters sometimes to expose the dirty truth and the honest things about the teams. They don't always like what's being written about them. The Washington Commanders did the same. Dan Quinn had a press conference, left 3 seats open for the Washington Post reporters who were no longer there, just kind of a symbolic show of like, hey, we miss these guys and we appreciated their coverage of the Commanders as well. But for teams that are often going like, I wish they hadn't written this, I wish they hadn't done that, to go out and say, but they really were important to have and to be there covering the team. Thought it was nice that both organizations made that point.
Got a little breaking news in Major League Baseball, Benny. Jeff Passan just reporting Arizona Diamondbacks star outfielder Corbin Carroll broke his hamate bone in his right hand. He's undergoing surgery today. He will miss the WBC, and his ability to play opening day is now in question. Now, it does beg the question with Corbin Carroll as the center fielder for the WBC.
Hi, this is Jackson Merrill.
There's a phone call made to Peoria, Arizona today. Is Jackson Merrill there? Can I speak? This is Mark DeRosa. It's Italian for of Rosa. And I wanted to see if Jackson Merrill would like to come be our center fielder for the WBC.
That makes sense.
Francisco Lindor yesterday has a broken hamate as well.
Stress reaction.
Could
need surgery.
I mean,
there's another one.
What's happening right now in Major League Baseball? A lot of hamates. Protect your hamate. Is that the top here?
I think like in between. Like,
it's in here?
I think so.
Ooh.
Is that what?
I thought it was the top.
Is that what Ramon Laureano hurt as well when he got
I think
injured at the end of last season? He's back though. He's there reported early. Jackson Merrill is already in camp early, so he's there. They know where to find him if they do need a replacement for the WBC.
I am such a big...
Sounds like, opening day is in question, but sounds like Corbin Carroll will be back.
All the pictures are like right here.
But you hear this all the time. Like, you hear this the hamate in the hand. Didn't Toddy break his hamate at one point? Probably. It's just, your swing is never right after the surgery. Like, it could be like a year of a slog and a grind. So I feel terrible for them. I mean, I know they're a division rival. I love Corbin Carroll. He's such a good player, and that bums me out, man.
But it doesn't sound like he's going to miss a ton of regular season time. If opening day is in question.
Jackson Holiday, too. Hamate.
Wow.
Out today.
Yeah.
Jackson Holiday will miss. It's just insane. This is insane.
He will not be ready for opening day.
Everyone is breaking their hamate. Give me your hand real quick.
Please, no.
I want to break your hamate.
I really don't want... No, because I need to golf, and I don't want
hammer and
break
hit your
my
hamate.
Yeah, let me get you. Where is it? It's in here?
It's like on the bottom part of your hand.
Kind of hurts when you swing.
Yeah.
I would imagine.
Oh, yeah. It's like right on the knob.
Not comfortable at all. Well, geez, dude. All right. Cross your fingers, guys. Get your prayer circles going for our San Diego Padres. Everybody stays healthy.
Yeah, let's send more to the WBC.
Well, he got hurt at spring training, not the WBC.
He got hurt playing.
Got hurt.
I want them
He got hurt
in bubble wrap.
He got hurt before he was even supposed to be there. All these guys.
Stop reporting
early. Just show up on time. We get it. You guys are
just
you love
more
baseball.
days to get hurt.
Stupid. Stay at home, sit on your ass, and make opening day.
Go back to the Waste Management Open. Watch more golf for a few more days.
That's right.
Stop playing baseball. It's the worst thing you can do.
Guys, I'm going to need you guys to play less baseball at spring training this year. I'm going to tell you that right now.
Let's don't and do this for a Wednesday.
That was Don't Do This with Ben and Woods on 97.3 The Fan.
Do have some official Padres news we can tell you about when we come back. We got more Ben and Woods. We'll head out to Peoria in about an hour to talk to Sammy Levitt. All coming up on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. GEGE 0000466. For a full list of games and rules, play at 7 Mile Casino. Visit 7milecasino.com.
Hit you again, though, with our 7 Mile Casino pitch. I don't think it's a difficult one. All we're asking you to do is to go to San Diego's best card room. Also happens to be the closest one to get to. It's an unbeatable combination, Woods, if you are a card player.
Certainly is, my friend. You don't need a hamate to even play there.
Not really.
You just need one hand, really. You're playing California-style blackjack. You're playing Texas Hold'em, Pai Gow, Baccarat. Always a fun time. Smoke-free environment, as we always talk about. And it's a cool place. It's cool. Like, that's important to me. I want to go in, and I don't want it to be dingy, dark, creepy. Very cool. It's bright. It's airy. They got a beautiful patio as well.
Honestly, I think it's the only card room or casino I've ever been in that has big, giant windows, like with views that look out on San Diego's beautiful bay.
I like the Rat Pack pictures myself. When you walk in, the big mural of the Rat Pack is cool.
So if you haven't checked it out, do it today. Get a meal at Sammy's at 7 Mile. Order from the 24/7 Players menu. Enjoy the patio. Maybe right now, I guess it's raining in San Diego right now, but you can stay inside. There's TVs all over, so you can watch the games, have a cocktail, whatever you're looking to do at 7 Mile Casino, just 7 minutes from downtown.
He just here. I'll show you a little. Just a little.
Please don't.
Just a little bit. What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Nothing. Now,
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
It's gonna hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee.
It's going to in a second.
Right here.
Oh, that is not pleasant.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. and this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
How's your hamate?
Still okay.
Is it okay?
But I'm not letting you anywhere near it.
We were just reading. Jeff Passan wanted to clarify for people. We were just talking about it as well. Jeff Passan was explaining. Well, and read them again. Read the names of the hamate injuries that have happened
Corbin
in the last
Carroll,
10 minutes.
Jackson Holiday, and who was the third one?
It was Corbin Carroll, Jackson Holiday.
Did you just say Lindor?
Lindor already has one, yes.
So Jeff Passan says, for those unfamiliar, the hamate bone, which could cause Corbin Carroll, Francisco Lindor, and Jackson Holiday to miss opening day, is a small hook-shaped bone on the palm just underneath the pinky that is particularly susceptible to breaking. While the recovery is typically 4 to 6 weeks, hitters who undergo the surgery to fix it often talk about how their power takes months to return. It's not like a soft tissue injury. The return timeline on hamates is fairly straightforward. The time to full health, however, can be longer. That's such a bummer. If you're a Met fan, an Orioles fan, and of course a Diamondbacks fan.
We were trying to remember. We think it was Tommy Pham.
Pham had the
hamate injury when he was with the Padres.
He just fought through. I'm just going to go hit 200 balls off the tee because I'm Tommy Pham and I'm insane, and that's what I do. But it hurt him. It hurt him
for sure.
When he was here, for sure. And that wasn't what Laureano did. Laureano got hit by a pitch and then hurt his hand swinging.
Swung. I don't know if it was officially the hamate, but it was an injury in that area.
That would. How many times that happened? It seemed like last year. Xander would swing, and remember when Arise was here, when he was all jacked up, he would swing and drop the bat and wince, and like Toddy is always dropping the bat because he didn't want to get hit in the friggin' hamate. Like, you got to protect your hands. I don't know how they do it, man. I really don't.
Louis talked to reporters yesterday.
Who? Louis?
Louis.
Oh.
Arise.
Luis Arise, yeah.
For the first time after reporting to spring training.
He changed his message.
A little bit. He did say he wasn't planning on making any major changes, but blamed the concussion that he dealt with from May as being fairly impactful on his poor season last year.
Sure.
That, he said affected pretty much everything all year long, wasn't really entirely the same.
Maybe we should have given him a breather.
Yeah. Maybe
quit running them out in the 2-hole, right?
It is hard to remember stuff like that as fans, even because you're like, if you're out there in uniform, we see that and we're like, well,
okay, you got to
play
perform,
better,
right? Yeah, play better, exactly. But if you're now, and this is not a shot at Luis, but if you're jacked up, last year and you don't feel right and you cannot see a baseball in it as well as you could before, and you need a month, take a month. I'd rather you have a month off than do what you did. He said, I hate strikeouts. Trust yourself. Go up there and compete. Try to put the ball in play. Like I said, hitting is simple. He literally told us how hard it was last year.
Hard.
Hitting is hard. Not impossible, but it is hard.
Very hard.
So now it's simple. He can see clearly again. He probably will hit 380 for the Giants this year. Who am I kidding? 380. And 690 is my number against the Padres.
It begs the question. The Padres have a culture of posting.
Yes.
Because, their leader, Manny Machado, is a poster.
Yep.
And does that add pressure to players to kind of play through injuries more than they should?
Sure.
Jackson Merrill played. He had a concussion as well last year, dealt with injuries.
The concussion one is the scary one for me. That's the one where I'm like, you know what? I would prefer that you don't need to be a tough guy and play through a concussion. If Manny got a concussion, I'd be like, no one cares. Go sit down. Like, a lot of these guys have proven themselves enough. There should never be pressure for a guy, if you got a tight quad, you need to be out there. If you have a bum ankle, you need to be out there. If you have a sore shoulder and you're in the infield, you need to be out there. But if you have a concussion, don't be out there.
Yeah.
Like, you're only going to hurt yourself. It's going to make it worse. Any slide, the vicious slide in the second, the dive back to the bag, the diving for a ground ball is just going to rattle your cage. Take the time you need to recover.
I think that one's the toughest for players, though, because in any given moment, they're sitting there, the body feels really, really good. It's like, I can play baseball. I want to be out there. But the second, you're bouncing around and you're sliding, and it's like, okay, now I don't feel so great anymore.
No doubt.
It's hard to know exactly, and you don't.
But if you
don't want
told
to
a
be sitting there
fan-
for 3 weeks just to make sure, I just want to take another week just to be sure. No one wants to do that either.
It's not the player saying, it's the protocol. There's got to be a protocol that says, and then that way, no fan is ever going to question it. He is out because for concussion protocol.
Mm-hmm.
When Louis got his bell rung, didn't he play the next day? Or was it?
I don't
think
remember
it's the Astros.
if he went on. Did he go on concussion protocol? He should have. If he had a concussion, he should have gone, which is minimum 7 days.
Yeah,
right?
I think he did. I think he did. But man,
but 7's not always enough.
So he got knocked out. Remember, he was knocked out cold. They brought him off. Yeah, he was out for a while.
Yeah,
but I think
concussion protocol. He did take time out last year.
Give those guys the time they need. The Jackson Merrills, the Luis Ariz.
April 20th. That happened early.
That was way early.
God.
That was so vicious, man. That was so vicious. So if he's right and everything, he can be a talented player for them. It's going to be interesting to see what Vitello does and where he plays him. And we know he's playing him at second, but where he hits him in the lineup, it's going to be interesting.
Not breaking news, but the Padres did officially announce the signing of Miguel Andujar to the 1-year contract with a mutual option this morning. The only thing that I find interesting in the release, the official release from the team, is they describe him as utility player, Miguel Andujar.
Yeah, he's an infielder, outfielder.
He is an infielder, outfielder. I don't know.
That's utility.
Sometimes they can list them as one or the other,
infield,
or
outfield,
designated hitter, or both, or anything.
Why is
I don't remember the Padres.
Why are you upset?
I'm not upset. I don't remember the Padres ever actually listing someone as specifically as a utility player.
Tyler Wade, maybe.
Maybe.
Profile.
Although I feel like he was usually listed as outfielder Tyler Wade when he was with the team.
These are the things that I couldn't care.
No, I'm not
less about.
Is it a indication of that they truly intend to use him liberally all over the place?
They could list him as a sandwich. He's still on the roster. They can play him wherever they want.
It's true.
We've signed Miguel Andujar Sandwich to a 2-year deal, and we're going to play him wherever we want. Would you see the kid they signed out of the Dominican?
He played 32 games in the outfield. He played 35 games in the infield.
Yeah, he's a classic utility guy.
He's a utility player.
You see the kid they signed out of the Dominican Republic that throws 100 miles an hour at 16.
Wow.
It's what do they call it? The pre-agreement. They got a pre-agreement with this kid out of the Dominican that throws 100 miles an hour. He's 16 years old.
Is he going to be for next year's international class, or?
I don't know. Yeah, it must be because it's a pre-agreement.
So you sent this over. Yeah, San Diego Padres have reached a pre-agreement with Dominican prospect Yoel King, who at 16 years old already throws over 100 miles per hour. The bonus represents the highest amount ever given to a pitcher in the 2027 class.
All right, so next year's class.
But you have to keep him the whole time.
Going to be the top guy. Yeah, you have to avoid poaching now.
Yeah.
Other teams, but it sounds like they're pretty locked in then.
Should I throw 100 at 16? Should I just tell my kids to just pack it up? It's been fun. I hope you guys enjoyed yourself, but
either pack it up or step it up.
Pack it up or step it up. I show up to Little League practice tonight. You're all wasting your time. Every single one of you is wasting your time in this game.
They got 15-year-olds throwing 100 miles an hour.
And you guys are up here crying about this kid throwing 38. You're up there upset and scared and moving your feet.
We'll talk more Padres baseball coming up in our next hour when Sammy Levitt joins us on our David P. Shapiro fan hotline. David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. Have a question for you guys about spring training.
Everybody wants to know why you are seething about the designation of Miguel Andujar.
I'm not.
They can't,
I was just
why has been so mad?
I'm not mad. I was just wondering
if screaming right now.
If there's anything to read into
No, nothing. They're going to play him.
I picture him more as a designated hitter. I don't see him playing the field a ton.
In a pinch.
Yeah. I mean, anyone obviously can play the field in a pinch, but I see him more as a designated hitter.
I don't think they ever list somebody as a DH, do they? I think they
do.
They probably put
some sort of
Nelson Cruz as DH outfielder.
Fielder.
Yeah, probably. But everyone's worried about your mental health because you're seething about something very small right now.
Just a little note, a nugget, I thought.
A little nugget.
All right, I got a question about spring training for you guys. I'll get to that after traffic here on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center. Injured? Demand justice. Demand Jurowitz. 855GetRoss.com. Here's Kelly Danick.
Traffic is brought to you by San Diego Law Firm, fighting for your sexual harassment rights at SDLF.com. Guys, when I tell you to take it extra carefully on these slick roadways, I'm not joking. Yeah, we've got numerous spin outs we're dealing with. Let me talk coastline first, because that's been the biggest headache. We still have an overturned crash near Del Mar Heights Road, blocking that right lane. Up ahead, accident being cleared out of the HOV lane right before Via de la Valle. And we got that traffic alert northbound 5 past Harbor Drive, 2 left lanes blocked with a collision kind of in the same area. Got a vehicle facing the wrong way over to the right shoulder. Yeah, a lot of flooding on our roadways as well. Further north on the 5 before Las Pulgas, we have reports of a spin out in the center divide. Elsewhere around the county, 28th Street on-ramp to eastbound King Freeway, a collision. Also, a vehicle went off the roadway on northbound 163 at the East 8 connector. 3-vehicle accident west 8 right before the 5 there, all over to the right shoulder. And going to find on southbound 15 before Miramar Road, accident blocking the HOV lane. You spoke up and suddenly your schedule changed, your hours got cut, or the pressure got worse. That's not okay. San Diego Law Firm will help you fight against sexual harassment. Contact them at SDLF.com. That's SDLF.com. I'm Kelly Danick with Ben & Woods, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
So I want to ask you guys, what do you think of the new spring training hats this year? They're all kind of the same. For the Cactus League teams, it's the team logo and then kind of some desert flowers. Mm-hmm. And then for the sunshine, what do they call it? The Grapefruit League teams, it's kind of similar, but it's more of a kind of a Florida tropical flowers next to the team logo.
Yeah.
For the Padres, you got the brown bill, yellow cap with the yellow SD logo trimmed in brown and white with kind of the pink, green, and white flowers next to it.
Are you mad about this too?
No, I actually love it.
All right.
I think they look really good.
I'm a big fan of the flowers next to it. I like that.
I think it screams spring.
Yeah.
I mean, it actually kind of is a specific nod to we're at spring training. We're in the desert.
Tony Gwynn Jr. was disgusted. Somebody said,
really?
You know what I would have changed? The only thing I would have changed? I would have omitted the brown bill, I think.
Really?
I think I would have gone yellow bill.
I thought the brown bill with the little brown button on top and the yellow cap looks really sharp. I'd like to see more Padres hats kind of with that combination of brown bill, yellow.
So I like the
yellow top.
I like the old school hats with the combo in the like on the face of the hat. I like that a lot.
Front panel.
Oh, love the front panel. But I think an all yellow with the flowers would have popped a little bit more.
Last year's was all yellow.
Yeah, last year's was all yellow. That's right.
Yellow.
That's right. It was a lot of yellow.
I thought it was almost too much yellow last year with the brim also being yellow. But this one, I think is one of the best looking ones that I've seen. I think they did a nice job.
All right, you got
putting together the spring training hats.
You got people in chat saying yes, keep it one color, or I like the brown bill, the contrast. Purple says they're ugly. Purple hates everything.
Tim says worst ever.
I would have maybe moved the cactus to the front where the flowers are, and then put the flowers on the side of that.
The cactus to the front next to the SD, and then the flowers on the side. Yeah,
That's
okay.
Maybe if I had to really nitpick.
Yeah. Finally found a polarizing topic.
Thank God.
Been searching for 2 hours.
Yeah.
Wasn't utility player Miguel Andujar.
As hard as you tried to wedge that in.
It's the spring training
the traffic
hats.
report.
I've done it.
Good job.
All right, we will come back, take on Woods, spring training Sammy, all in hour number 3 of Ben Woods here on 97.3 The Fan.
Oh, yeah. Halfway home on a Wednesday. Benton Woods, 97.3. The Fan. Great to be here with you, looking outside at a nice foggy morning and rainy and wet. And I do not like it. Not very happy about it, but we soldier on. We fight through. I'm Woodsy. Paul Reindel's our executive producer, and Ben Higgins, the chairman, friendly neighborhood sports anchor. I'm not a big fan of this. What do you got to do today? You got to be out in this crap, don't you?
Good question. I don't know that I will be jumping out. I'm doing a story, I believe, that I've already shot on the USD baseball team, which opens their season on the road at Charlotte this weekend. I believe San Diego State opens their baseball season as well. Their new coach, Kevin Vance, this weekend, assuming the weather cooperates. Definitely ugly out there.
How's my man Brock Ungrich doing?
He's good. He said he says hello.
Love that guy.
Wanted to pass along. I told him, you're coaching now.
Yeah.
He said, yeah, I can, I know what it's like dealing with the Little League parents because he's got little ones as well. They're a Tecolote Canyon Little League.
They're a dream.
Their star player is two-way star Adrian Beltre Jr.
Amazing.
On the Toreros this season. Seems like a really good kid.
Did you get to talk to him?
I got to talk to him, got to interview him.
Let's go.
He pitched like 5 games last year in the bullpen, but he's going to be both like starting either the Friday or Saturday game and going to be playing in the field, trying to play every single day, one way or the other.
I imagine third base.
So, yeah, I think he's a third baseman like Dad.
God, I loved
Dad's
watching.
going to come watch any games?
Yeah, I would assume
Guaranteed.
so. And Brock said, family's great. Fantastic.
They're awesome.
Yeah,
That's
Adrian
cool.
and his wife,
How much pressure
awesome.
would that be coaching a big leaguer's kid? It would be awful.
I was asking him. He goes, it couldn't be a better situation.
Yeah, but it's not always that way.
No.
It can't always be that way.
I asked Adrian Jr., like, how much pressure do you feel?
Yeah.
You carrying the name of your Hall of Fame dad.
Right.
And he's like, really, it's nothing but a positive. Seems like he's got a really good head on his shoulders.
Incredible.
God, his dad was fun to watch.
I loved him. I loved watching him play baseball, man. He had so much joy.
The way him and Elvis Andrews, just go on YouTube and just type in Adrian Beltre, Elvis Andrews, and watch all the videos you can of them messing with each other on the pop flies.
Yeah, it's great.
So much fun, man.
It's great. He took a lot of joy playing baseball. He's a Hall of Famer. So it's nice to have a kid like that in town.
Brock also relaxed his facial hair policy this season.
Oh, yeah, I didn't know he had one.
He always had clean shaven. He was like the Yankees. I did not know
I did not know that.
And he said this year, after the players came to him and asked him, is it possible they could do a change? He's now allowing mustaches, I believe, or a well-trimmed goatee. You can't do the big, giant beard. You're not going to be the Philadelphia Phillies or James Harden, but one of their pitchers now, Fries, I think is his name, Frize, has a big Raleigh Fingers handlebar mustache.
It's hard not to see a kid that age in the college age without a mustache. It's actually harder to find one without one. So I can understand why they went to him. They're like, hey man, I feel good in this. I will play better with this mustache. Please let me rock it. And he's like, all right, let's do it.
Brock, if you don't ease up on the facial hair policy, we're not going to have a team.
If I were a college coach, I would ban broccoli. I would ban broccoli cuts. I would say, I'm sorry, you can't play. Coach, I'm really, really good. Like I'm going to be your star player. You're going to have to do something different. I don't care if you do a lame faux hawk like I have, but we're not there. I can't have broccoli sticking out of your hat. I just can't do it.
I joked. I said, you're getting soft now in your middle age, Brock.
You say that?
Letting the Penny laughed, and he goes, yeah, I guess a little bit.
The stash has been back for a long time, right? And some of these guys look so good with it. They look so good at it. I'm like, hey, man, if you can rock it, rock it. I really don't. I grow a nice stash. It's
but the problem is,
nice.
like, we get obsessed, like Dylan Cease last year.
Oh,
with
yeah.
the stash versus the beard versus, we all have opinions then on what they should do with their facial hair.
Yeah, that's exactly right. But in college, a private school like that, you can make some rules like that. And it's nice to hear that he relaxed that policy. Let these guys be themselves a little bit and get after it.
They're coming off a weird season. Remember, they got a horrible start. I think they were like 5-20 something, like to begin the season in non-conference play. And then they came back and won the WCC, went like 19-4, but lost on the last day of the tournament to not make the NCAA tournament. So they're trying to bounce back, have a little more consistency throughout, and make the NCAA tournament. And
I love that dude.
Still have both teams still have that dream. Never been to Omaha for the College World Series, San Diego State or USD, which always stuns me. Like,
I know,
such great baseball,
such good baseball,
great baseball programs, great fields. stadiums.
Draft picks all the time.
Yeah,
out of
all
here.
the time. SDSU did some remodeling of the outfield, the fence, and everything, so that looks really good for the Aztecs this year. Fowler Park is gorgeous, one of the best facilities you're going to find on the West Coast as well. So great college programs, just never gotten to the promised land at the end of college baseball season. But I believe that starts tomorrow or Friday with the first games of the season.
LXX DXS in the chats. Can we ban talking about broccoli hair on the show? It's getting old. No, I'm sorry. You probably have a broccoli haircut. And if I had a broccoli haircut and I heard somebody making fun of my broccoli haircut, I'd be pissed too. So change your hairstyle or find a new radio show. I don't know what to tell you, but I'll never stop as long as
Woods is very
exists.
firm on this one.
I'm firm. I'm not gonna go the Brock Ungrich route and soften my stance on it. I just won't. So
you're just hoping by the time your kids get to be teenagers that the style has changed.
I'm praying to God. Do you know that big jeans are back too? Like big,
oversized,
like
baggy,
big ass the Jenko, like the 14 legs can fit in one of them.
Like when was
those
that?
Are
no,
back?
I remember when that was popular when we were high school, college. When was that like a thing?
Yeah, 90s.
Yeah. Oversized giant jeans.
It's crazy. Like
sagging,
and like no, but like not even sagging. Like this wide, like 3 feet wide per leg, and it's just incredible.
That was one that I
can't believe those came back.
The kids who would wear, and you'd see like half of their boxers because their jeans were so
they came down so low.
Down the sagging. This is one that I never totally got.
We wear basketball shorts over our boxers,
way low,
and under the jeans. So it'd be like jeans, basketball shorts, boxers.
Gaspo says I'm the John Smoltz of haircuts now. Yes, that's exactly right. Exactly right. Exactly right.
What was your worst fashion trend?
Oh man, a tight roll in the jeans, dude. Tight roll in the jeans. Remember the tight roll?
You down by your ankles?
Yeah. So you would take your cuff, you'd pin it, and then you would roll 1, 2, and you would just roll them up to like that, and you'd walk around with the tight roll jeans and like Chuck Taylors, and mix and match your Chuck Taylors, different colors.
Better to show off your shoes.
Swatch watches, like 3 on each arm. It was terrible. I was an idiot too. That's what I'm saying. Like that's why I'm trying to help these dudes. People are mad at me right now, man. Sorry.
A lot of broccoli defenders.
Well, I guess. Also, people are saying these jeans have been back for a while. Yeah, I have noticed it. I have noticed the oversized, but yeah, it's just weird. And they all everybody. It's like the carbon copy. They all look the same everywhere you go. It's crazy. It's like little pods of just weird kids.
Well, there's always been
put
safety
the boomer
in
on me.
numbers.
Yeah,
there's always been safety in numbers.
Always.
If you look different than everybody else, that exposes you to potentially, being made fun of.
It's more for me like. It's more like it's interesting sociologically to look at it and go, look at that group think right there. And I've certainly been a part of it myself. I will always wear it. Nobody's harder on me than me, guys. So, right. So it's fascinating to me. There's like 14 of them walking down the street or on their e-bikes together, all dressed the exact same with the same haircut. It's trippy to see.
We were, when we were driving down 101 on Saturday, beautiful beach weather. We're just cruising down the coast.
Yeah.
We ended up getting into like Bird Rock area and all those little streets down by the water. And we turned a corner and like 8 kids on e-bikes they looked like octuplets.
Yeah.
Like they were all the same. And I was like, babe, I think we're about to get taken over. Like they were moving. They were just mobbing towards us down this like little one-way street. And I'm like, oh my God, hang on.
I love it. It's so funny, man. Every time the little pods.
Yes.
Kayla's in the chat said there's less subcultures now because of social media. So it's more of a homogenous style.
That's a really good point.
Now,
man.
when we were in high school, there were definitely different.
Oh yeah,
there was
subcultures.
The goths, the jocks, the smokers,
the nerds,
the
smokers. By
the smokers.
You didn't have the smokers, like.
Of course we did, but
yeah, the socias,
the
greasers. Tell me more.
I like he said The smokers.
The smokers.
I told you we had a smoking section outside of our school.
Weren't those kids defined though by being smokers? I thought they kind of felt like they were.
They were mostly like metalheads. They all had jean jackets with Metallica and Slayer and Black Sabbath patches on. I loved them. I thought they were great because I liked those bands too. And I liked to smoke a lot when I was a kid also. So I guess you would have consider me a smoker, but I wasn't in the metalhead crew. But you're right. They all are a lot more homogenized now than they used to. There were a lot of different subcultures back when we were in high school.
Of course.
It's fascinating.
I pretty much you had goths, you had preppy.
Yep.
And you had
jocks,
like hip hop.
Grunge was starting to be a thing, kind of a subculture.
Senior year, we all went grunge after that. We were like
we either wore like tall tees, like 3X, like the biggest, baggiest clothes you could have, or
it's hysterical
polos from Abercrombie and Hollister.
Yeah, Abercrombie was a huge player.
See, guys, when I was in high school, guys would wear the preppy guys. They would wear two polos. One underneath with like the collar kind of popped, and then a contrasting color over that. And I'm like, that's a lot of polo.
Yeah, that's swaggy right there, huh?
Never had two polos on at the same time in my life.
Mr. Gas I was urban prep. You know, the funny thing is when I look back at pictures of myself from 8th grade to senior year, I don't recoil. Like I think some of these kids are going to recoil in 10 years. Don't you see what I'm saying? I don't recoil. Like I'm not like, oh my God. I think they're going to look back and go, "Oh my Lord, what were we thinking?" Them and all their buddies, like the same look. All right, I'll move on. Over it. Can't piss that guy off anymore. He called me a snob.
All right, let's get to Take on Wood. So we have plenty of time for Sammy at the bottom of the hour, spring training. Sammy, if you'd like to be our contestant, have music, movie, or TV trivia with a chance to win tickets to 9 Inch Nails at Pechanga Arena, you can call now, 833-288-0973. 833-288-0973. Get a contestant on the line. Come back, play our game. Then we'll head out to Peoria, Arizona. Padres spring training with Sam Levitt coming up in just a few minutes with Ben and Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. First of all, a lot of people think retirement planning is just about the numbers, but it's not just math. It's lifestyle, timing, healthcare, peace of mind, and more. That's why Trajan Wealth takes a different approach. TRAJANwealth.com. Their fiduciary advisors build retirement strategies based on realistic options that align. Yes, I had to.
It's the juiciest read of all
time. Such a juicy read. They build retirement strategies based on realistic options that align with your goals and circumstances, not generic formulas. Whether retirement is decades away or right around the corner, having a clear plan can make all the difference. Trajan Wealth is right here in San Diego with offices in Carlsbad and Del Mar. If you've been wondering whether your plan truly fits your life, might be time for a second look. Call 619-367-0207. Again, 619-367-0207. You can also explore your options at TRAJANwealth.com. That's TRAJANwealth.com. I hear stories every day about Tier 1s getting their retirement in order with Trajan. I love it. Trajan Wealth. Plan smarter. Dream bigger. Advisory services through Trajan Wealth, LLC. SEC registered investment advisor. Client paid advertisement. Additional disclosures at TrajanWealth.com.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open. Hey, player, this is all yours. This room.
I get so excited talking about Trajan wealth. I just start drooling.
I don't understand the deal.
You don't understand the deal.
Yeah, I don't understand why that read and that read only. When you start reading it, you're like,
oh, I don't know either. I have no idea why.
Steve says, I'm drooling just thinking about it. They should change the read to so good it makes my mouth water. Trajan wealth, so good it makes my mouth
Usually
water.
You think of something edible or delicious makes your mouth water.
Yeah, agreed.
Not sound financial advice.
I mean, look, I wish to God I would have had some sound financial advice years ago. I didn't. So, now I'm like everybody.
I do. David, who's my guy that had set me up with Trajan, is great. He's listening to the show every single day now. He's even sending content. He said, "Did you see this Topps baseball card thing?" I said, "Oh,
it's a big one.
Oh yeah, with the sliding
the
a Mickey Mantle card,
we can
or
talk
at least
about it. Rondo Report, maybe.
Yeah,
it's a good one for the Rondo Report.
But let's get to our game because we got Sammy coming up. So let's play today's game of Take on Woods. Take on Woods, brought to you by Bay Alarm, security and fire alarms for every business. We got you, and let's see, we got Greg today. Greg, you there?
I'm here. How are you?
All right, I'm good. Let's give you a chance to qualify for our weekly grand prize. 2 tickets to see 9 Inch Nails at Pechanga Arena on March 9th. All you have to do is beat or tie Woods in our 5 questions of trivia, and you get to choose whether we're doing music, movies, or TV. Here are your choices. TV, we still have After Cheers, shows featuring cast members who are on Cheers. Movies is Wedding Bells, 5 movies that include the word wedding in the title. And our new music category is musical couples. Those are big musical couples in honor of Valentine's Day. So, After Cheers, Wedding Bells, or musical couples, what would you like to play? Greg?
Let's try Wedding Bells.
Wedding Bells. All right. Today on Take on Woods, very simple. 5 movies that include the word wedding in the title. You'll have 60 seconds to answer as many as you can. You can pass. We'll come back to it if you don't know the answer. First question is our 2-second clip. Paulie's going to play a clip from a movie. You have to identify the movie based on what you hear. And, of course, remember, has the word wedding somewhere in there. Greg, are you ready to play?
I'm ready.
All right, Paul, you good to go?
I'm ready.
All right, let's put 60 seconds on the clock. Greg, your time begins when Paul plays our clip. Good luck. Let's take on Woods.
The meatloaf! We want it now! The meatloaf!
Yeah, it's Wedding Crashers.
Correct. Robbie Hart falls for receptionist waitress Julia.
Wedding Singer.
Correct. Which comedy starring Hugh Grant and Andie MacDowell became the highest grossing British film in history following its 1994 release?
Let's pass on that one.
Nia Vardalos wrote and starred in which Golden Globe nominated 2002 romantic comedy that cost $3 million to make but earned over $300 million at the box office?
The Wedding Planner?
Incorrect. Matthew McConaughey starred in a string of romantic comedies in the 2000s, starting with which 2001 film with Jennifer Lopez that only got a 17% approval rating on Rotten Tomatoes?
The Wedding Planner.
Correct. Which comedy starring Hugh Grant and Andie MacDowell became the highest grossing British film in history following its 1994 release?
I'm going to guess here. Wedding Season?
Incorrect. Nia Vardalos wrote that. Oh, you already got that one wrong. So we got 3. We got Wedding Crashers, The Wedding Singer, and The Wedding Planner. Oh no, you didn't get The Wedding Planner right. He said wedding,
but then he got it on the.
Then he got it on the right. That's a 3, and then he missed 4 weddings and a funeral, and My Big Fat Greek Wedding. All right, let's bring Woods in, see how he does with the same 5 questions. Got a movie category for you today. We'll let you figure out the rest. Going up against Greg.
Did you hear any Googling or anything in the background?
I did not.
Okay.
I did not. Fair game.
Again, not to cast aspersions.
All's fair in love and take on Woods.
All right.
All right. 60 seconds on the clock. We'll start with a 2-second clip. Good luck. Let's take on Greg.
The meatloaf! We want it now!
That's old school.
The meatloaf!
It is not.
No!
Robbie Hart.
Crashers.
Robbie Hart falls for receptionist waitress Julia.
Wedding Singer.
Correct. Which comedy starring Hugh Grant and Andie MacDowell became the highest grossing British
4
film?
weddings and a funeral.
Correct. Nia Vardalos wrote and starred in which Golden Globe nominated 2002.
My Big Fat Greek Wedding.
Correct. Matthew McConaughey starred in a string of romantic comedies in the 2000s, starting with which?
Failure Launch.
Incorrect.
Damn it.
Thank you for thinking about the category even a little bit before answering the last question.
Oh, My Best Friend's Wedding.
No, not even that one. It's The Wedding Planner.
The Wedding Planner.
But you know what? Your loss is Greg's game. 3-3. That's a tie, which means Greg qualifies for the concert tickets.
So
Greg,
too
stay on the line.
soon on the old school one.
It was, Wedding Bells. So Wedding Crashers, Wedding Singer, 4 Weddings and a Funeral, My Big Fat Greek Wedding, and The Wedding Planner.
It's hard.
Best of those 5? What's your favorite?
Oh, it's Wedding Crashers.
Wedding Crashers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wedding Crashers.
Wedding
Singer is great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like 4 Weddings and a Funeral the best.
I do too. I love that movie. I think it's great.
What do you think of My Big Fat Greek Wedding?
I loved it.
I thought it was
really good
yeah.
too.
Yeah,
I didn't see the wedding.
Solid.
I didn't see the Wedding Planner.
I didn't see the Wedding Planner either.
But I know you liked 4 Weddings. Andie MacDowell's in it. So
and Hugh Grant. What?
The only man sexually attracted to Andie MacDowell that I've ever met in my entire life. Literally. In my entire life. One of one. You're the Paul Skeens auto card. One of one. Andie MacDowell's in it, though. Oh, all right.
Just charming people in a charming movie.
It's a really good movie.
Yeah, it is.
It's a really good movie. I like the guy that dies, Gareth. Partier. Yeah, lived his life. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
It's a good movie.
It is. All right, Greg, thank you for playing. Paulie will get your information. We got another qualifier.
Haven't won in
our
a
concert
month.
tickets. No, it's been ever since we changed the format.
Yeah,
it's
everyone's
been a
qualified.
boon to the
Good.
tier
That's
ones.
what we wanted.
All right, we'll put in a new movie category for you tomorrow. But when we come back, we will head out to Peoria, Arizona. Sammy Levitt will join us from spring training. Yes, spring training Sammy coming up on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Hey, little sister.
He just here. I'll show you a little. Just a little.
Please don't.
Just a little bit. What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Nothing. Now,
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
It's gonna hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee.
It's going to in a second.
Right here.
Oh, oh, that is not pleasant.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. and this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Did we all see who Sammy's very first clubhouse target was this morning? First day,
you showed
first
me.
clubhouse availability. Seung-Moon Song.
Very good.
We will see what the newest Padre infielder had to say to Sam Levitt and others when he joins us live from Padres spring training after a check of traffic here on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center. Injured? Demand justice. Demand Jurowitz. 855GetRoss.com. Here's Kelly Danick.
Traffic is brought to you by San Diego Law Firm, fighting for your sexual harassment rights at SDLF.com. Guys, when I tell you to take it extra carefully on these slick roadways, I'm not joking. Yeah, we've got numerous spin outs we're dealing with. Let me talk coastline first, because that's been the biggest headache. We still have an overturned crash near Del Mar Heights Road, blocking that right lane. Up ahead, accident being cleared out of the HOV lane right before Via de la Valle. And we got that traffic alert northbound 5 past Harbor Drive, 2 left lanes blocked with a collision kind of in the same area. Got a vehicle facing the wrong way over to the right shoulder. Yeah, a lot of flooding on our roadways as well. Further north on the 5 before Las Pulgas, we have reports of a spin out in the center divide. Elsewhere around the county, 28th Street on-ramp to eastbound King Freeway, a collision. Also, a vehicle went off the roadway on northbound 163 at the East 8 connector. 3-vehicle accident west 8 right before the 5 there, all over to the right shoulder. And going to find on southbound 15 before Miramar Road, accident blocking the HOV lane. You spoke up and suddenly your schedule changed, your hours got cut, or the pressure got worse. That's not okay. San Diego Law Firm will help you fight against sexual harassment. Contact them at SDLF.com. That's SDLF.com. I'm Kelly Danica with Ben and Woods, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
And all of Sam Levitt's coverage. Well, it's raining here in San Diego, so obviously you get some trouble on the roadways.
End of days.
All of Sam Levitt's coverage from Peoria, presented by David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys, helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime. Since 2010, visit davidpshapirolaw.com. And we are joined right now by spring training Sammy, live from Peoria, Arizona. First question, though, is what was in the Dutch Brothers Cup this morning when you took your selfie
I had to
walking into the Peoria Sports Complex?
It was a hot almond milk latte. Hot almond milk latte.
Good. Okay,
Very,
good.
very nice from Dutch Bros, yes.
We've never had it, none of us.
Really?
Never.
We've seen the lines, but I've never braved it myself.
Well, you know what? I go so early here that typically the line is not bad. I mean, I was there at about 7:15. Clubhouse opened at 8. But you're right. If you go a little bit later than that, you can run into a pretty big line. It's good. The only thing I would say about Dutch Bros is very, very sugary. If you go the wrong way on the menu.
That was my concern.
They do have
for you.
sugar-free. Yeah, they do have sugar-free options. I just got an almond milk latte, which I don't think is particularly terrible with a Splenda. So, stay off the dairy, stay off the really sugary drinks. But if you want to go crazy there, as far as the sugary drinks, you certainly can do so.
Well, we're going to be also your accountability. We're going to be asking you every day, calorie count, how you did. You told us yesterday. You got to dial it in. So we will also, we'll be peppering you with questions.
I'm happy to say that yesterday, day went by, and I did not touch a single snack inside that room.
God, that's hard.
So we're off to a good start.
Attaboy.
Had some Cheerios this morning, and I have a beef stick from Trader Joe's with me, so we're off to a good start.
So all right, Clubhouse open. Set the stage for us. Walked in there.
Yeah.
What was the mood? Who did you talk to? I know we saw a Sung Moon song, but what can you tell us?
Yeah, first day the clubhouse is open. Yesterday it was not, but we obviously talked to Craig Stammen and Steven Souza Jr. and Randy Knorr, which was great. But first time we're in there today, and all the pitchers are there, all the catchers are there, everybody you can think of, from Mason Miller to Jason Adam, Michael King, Nick Pivetta. List goes on and on. I tweeted this out yesterday, and I also put out some video. There are a number of position players that are already here working out. I just saw Jake Cronenworth walk by.
Nice.
Gavin Sheets is in the cage right now. Xander Bogaerts is here. Jackson Merrill is here. Ramon Laureano was getting work in yesterday as well. So there are a number of position guys here, and a lot of those guys inside the clubhouse bright and early today. And you're right. The first scrum of 2026 with a player was with Sung Mun Song. And he said some interesting things, and good to get to know him, and obviously somebody who could play a very significant role on this team.
Yeah, I believe he told you he would be covering what, third, second,
everywhere,
first, some outfield, like everywhere but shortstop. I think maybe was mentioned.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that it came as much of a surprise based on what we knew about him. The idea that he could play a real super utility role. I mean, he said that the Padres have told him that he'll cover third, which is his natural position. But obviously the Padres have quite a third baseman there every day. But he'll play second and first and maybe some outfield as well, which would make a lot of sense. The other thing to note about Song, he did hurt his oblique. I'm not sure when exactly that was. He is feeling a lot better. He is continuing to rehab with the trainers here. No pain, discomfort, still in the process of working his way back, but it is a lot better than before. I don't know, and maybe Craig Stammen will talk about it here in a little bit. I don't know if that's going to delay him at all as far as getting into spring training games. I don't know. We'll find that out, but he did deal with an oblique injury at some point during this offseason and is sort of still working his way back. And the other things he spoke about, look, we know for Korean players, it can be a process for those guys to get acclimated to the major leagues.
Sure.
We saw Ha-Sung Kim do it successfully, but it also took time for Ha-Sung Kim to get to the point he eventually got to. So he is in communication with guys like that. He knows Ha-Sung Kim very well, has spoken with Jung-Hoo Lee and Hae-Sung Kim of the Dodgers about trying to get used to the language, being able to adapt to the major leagues. But no doubt about it, if Song can make an impact right away and hit enough at the major league level right away, then he has tons of defensive versatility and could be a very, very important player to this team. I mean, that would be a huge boost, but might be expecting a lot from that kind of guy coming over to the major leagues right away. We'll see.
Talking to spring training, Sammy Levitt, live from Peoria, Arizona. And I know word travels fast around the Cactus League. News this morning that Corbin Carroll has a broken hamate. Going to be out for the World Baseball Classic. Any speculation around there that Jackson Merrill could be getting a phone call from Team USA? Do they even want that? Is it something you're going to maybe talk to him later about?
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's something that comes up later. I haven't heard anything this morning on it. I should mention Jackson is here as well. I don't know that I put him in that group that I said earlier. Okay, Jackson is here as well. I don't know. As far as young star outfielders, it would certainly make sense. And knowing Jackson, I'm sure he would jump at the opportunity to play. So I haven't heard anything on it, but I wouldn't be surprised. And I wouldn't be surprised if it's a topic of conversation here by the end of the day. But just to go back to those injuries, I mean, Carroll, did you guys see Jackson Holiday apparently broke his hamate as well? Francisco Lindor, what's going on?
It's crazy.
Hamate. So look, that is a big part of spring training, as we know, certainly here in Peoria as well. The health of these guys, you could argue it is the most important thing of anything at spring training, is getting through it as healthy as possible. And hopefully the Padres continue to stay that way.
One of the most polarizing topics so far, spring training. Your opinion on the spring training hats that are out?
You know what? It's so funny you bring that up. I hadn't seen them until yesterday, and when I put out a photo of Randy Knorr, who I thought looked great in the hat, I think Randy just walked by, actually. Just a side note before I get deeper into the hats, and you guys know this, sitting on the back patio when there's absolutely no music going on and the guys are out here hitting in the cage and walking around, it's really nerve-wracking because it's really odd to talk about them when they're an earshot away.
Yeah, we have to do the whole show sometimes.
Yeah, the whole show. They're walking by, and I'm like, we just need more production from him. Hey, good morning. How are you? Good to see you.
Jesse Agler in the background, everybody.
Yeah, that's right.
Hi, Jesse.
Jesse.
He runs off.
Hey,
but I like the hats. I do. I thought they were cool with the the plants and the cactus on the side, but I don't know. People seem to not all be in agreement on that. I think they're nice, a little bit different, but hey, to each their own.
So did you get a chance to watch any? I know because I saw video, so I know that you got to see some bullpens and stuff yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, obviously, watched Mason Miller, Joe Musgrove looked pretty strong, at least from what I saw. Anybody that you saw, you're like, ooh, okay. I always love the guys we talk about every year. I think David Morgan was a guy I think we've talked about before. Like, man, this guy's impressive. I mean, I don't know it's day one, but anybody jump off the page, he was like, man, that looks pretty electric.
Yeah, I mean, I think yesterday, to me, Joe throwing and seeing him for the first time in a long time, throwing at full strength.
He gave like a little fist pump. He threw a pitch and then gave kind of like a little fist pump. Like, all right, that's right. That's what I wanted to do.
He looks like the Joe we all know and love. I mean, he looks great. He looks dialed in. So that's great to see. Pivetta threw a bullpen, King threw a bullpen. I will say one thing, and you mentioned David Morgan that stood out, and I just think in one thing that is I think so interesting about this spring and this team in particular is I think for a lot of teams they go into spring training with at least a couple of bullpen spots up for grabs, and a bullpen can be so volatile and you don't know what you're going to get year to year, and that's just not the situation with this group. And yesterday watching David Morgan throw, number one, he looks great, but it also just dawned on me like, man, that guy was really good last year. And he's what, like, when Jason Adam comes back, your fifth guy out of the bullpen. I mean, it's a bullpen where you can very confidently list 6-7 guys that are going to be in there. Maybe there's a spot available. We'll see how it shakes out. But man, that's a luxury to have that deep of a group. And I'll tell you what, Mason Miller, man, I mean, it is so easy for him. I mean, you watch him throw up close, and it barely looks like he's breaking a sweat when you consider how hard he throws. And he's a big guy. I mean, it really is something when you watch him up close. What was interesting to me yesterday, too, is I post all those videos yesterday, and by far and away, the video that had the most views on Instagram was Mason Miller just throwing like 8 seconds of him throwing pitches. And it was like at 180,000 views. I was like, man, people like Mason Miller.
He's hard not to like, dude.
It's like, you know what it is? It's like whatever you like. Fernando's a cheat code, right? Like you can post pretty much anything about Fernando and the fans go crazy for it. I think Mason Miller's got for a reliever a little bit of that as well. So nothing crazy stood out to me yesterday. Just great to see Joe. Great to see those guys back out there. We'll have more bullpens today. Jason Adam is scheduled to throw today, which is going to be interesting. Jeremiah Estrada is here. He'll throw today. Adrian Morahone. So look, first day or two of spring training, nothing crazy. We are going to have some live BP later. So
love that.
We'll see what hitters are out there. But great to see a number of guys that are here early. And look, the first couple of days of spring training, it's pretty basic with the bullpens and a little live BP, and I'm sure some PFPs mixed in.
The Padres also posted some video, as they do. What you'd expect: Mason Miller, Joe Musgrove, saw Randy Vasquez in the new area that you featured in one of your videos, the remodeled plyometric and bullpen area. But one guy that I saw video of for the first time, Dyson Acosta, made the video. Not that means anything, but right-hander. Just one of those kind of under the radar guys that we didn't even mention this morning when we were talking about pitching options, but one of those, non-roster minor league type pickups that probably is going to get a chance to compete for at least, if not a starting job, one of those, seventh,
bullpen
eighth,
spot,
ninth starters or bullpen spot guys that are out there, Sammy.
Yeah, for sure. He's somebody you definitely put in the mix, right? When you talk about open spots. And of course, just as the season goes along and you ultimately need guys, somebody that could help you. And if I recall, he signed pretty early.
He did. He was one of the first off-season signings.
Yeah, so it seems like somebody the Padres targeted. So, yeah, good to see him out there yesterday. JP Sears threw a bullpen. Look, I think JP Sears is going to be somebody to definitely follow this spring training. Somebody that I would imagine, if he has a good spring, would be a prime candidate for that fifth starter spot. Seeing Tristan McKenzie out here yesterday throwing a bullpen, that was kind of a highlight as well, to see somebody that has had success in the major leagues, is now paired back with Ruben Niebla. So look, that's certainly going to be a big talking point as we get into the games here and as we go along this spring. Not only who wins that final spot on the rotation, but who stands out as guys that can help you throughout the course of a season, and guys like Sears and McKenzie and Matt Waldron and certainly plenty of others. To me, they're going to be right in that conversation.
Sammy, appreciate it. I know Craig Stammen going to do the second of his daily media meetings here in just a few minutes, and you will have more with Braden coming up at 11 o'clock this morning, our time.
Yeah, I think I'm going to be on with Chris and Tony later as well. We were joking with Craig Stammen yesterday, because after he was done with the media session yesterday, he goes, "All right, one down." And one of the reporters said, "I don't know if I'd start counting." There's a lot of so it really is amazing when you think about how many times a manager has to do that, right? I mean, it actually, if he does it 40 times in spring, which is probably about what it is, he does it twice a day during the season. So that's, well over 300, probably more like 350.
Yeah, 400.
Yeah, I mean, it's really
once a day, essentially, for an entire year. Yeah. Yes, everything's fine. No, I'm not changing the lineup. Yeah, lineup looks fine. We're just scuffling. Like, it's absurd. It's absurd. You should do it twice a week. That's it. Twice a week.
Yeah, but then the second they don't have it for a day is when you have an urgent, pressing,
emergency
that guy
press
got
conference.
hurt in the ninth inning of the game yesterday.
Emergency.
Now we need to talk
Stephen
to him.
Woods,
So
I've got an hour worth of content to put together pregame every day.
That's true. You need the content. I get it. I get it, buddy.
Manager.
All right, you're right.
Sammy, good to talk to you as always. Keep up the good
All right,
work,
guys. All right, talk to you tomorrow. See
there he is, Sam Levitt. All of our coverage again presented by David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys. Daily updates from spring training Sammy in Peoria.
I'm ready to go now. I heard
you're done.
Crack of it.
No, you're ready to go.
Yeah,
You're ready to go out to Peoria. And how about Jesse Aguilar making a
I texted
silent cameo? He put out one of his
Tell him happy
new
birthday.
Substacks.
I hate you. I panicked for a second. Can we get an important, Paulie? Can we get an important birthdays calendar in the studio?
Put it right up on the wall. Then people will be offended if they don't make the birthdays calendar.
Exactly. But Mud, Don, Jesse, Tony, all the broadcasters.
I went home yesterday. I said to my wife, I go, "Did you hear this man get mad at me because he didn't know when his friend's birthday was?"
Yeah.
Apparently, that's my fault.
You hoarded it. You hoarded it for yourself, knowing how much I love Skip.
I thought the most surprising news from Jesse Ackler, though, he flew out to Phoenix.
I was going to ask him about that.
So
does he rent a car
for the whole month and a half?
Why wouldn't you just drive?
I don't know.
Do you walk over to the?
I think they stay in those apartments like close to the complex.
They're close enough. But what do you do for
time off and stuff?
Food
or did the Padres pay for a car for him? Is that a perk of being Jesse Ackler?
I've got to know.
We'll have to find out.
I've got to know.
All right, we will get to the biggest fan announcement. Our Roundel Report headlines coming up next with Bennett Woods on 97.3 The Fan. Broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios. We know how. Final hour of Ben & Woods on a Wednesday. Our thanks again to Spring Training Sam Levitt, joining us with good information from Peoria, Arizona, where the team is now on the field for the first official pitchers and catchers workout of the spring. Full squad reports on Saturday. And then the first game is a week from Friday.
Crazy.
Against the Seattle Mariners.
Crazy.
At the Peoria Sports Complex. And then a week from Sunday, we'll be driving out ourselves.
Yeah, buddy.
To see it for our firsthand for 3 shows live on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, the 23rd, 4th, and 5th of February. All right, before we do anything else, let's get to today's biggest fan contest announcement. If you hear your name called, you will have 10 minutes to call us back at 833-288-0973 and qualify for the grand prize, 20 tickets for you and your friends for a night in our Odyssey Suite at a Padres game this season with all the fan staff catered by Spiro's Mediterranean Cuisine. And this morning's biggest fan is Trent Levolsi from San Diego. Trent Levolsi from San Diego. Call us now, 833-288-0973. And if you haven't yet, why not? Register your name at 973thefan, sd.com/biggest fan for your chance to win. Got anything before the round of reports you wanted to get to?
No.
Pressing concerns? Urgent messages?
No.
All right, Paulie, it's up to you then.
Take it away.
And get things started here with our today's edition of the Rindle Report.
Now tuned into the greatest.
Welcome to the Rindle Report with Paul Rindle.
Hi, Paul. All right.
2 stories from the world of sports that we haven't gotten to yet.
We'll start off in Major League Baseball.
And 1 story that you didn't know you needed.
Are you laughing, biatch?
It's the Rindle Report
Hey, Paul, how you doing? Okay, how are you?
on 97.3 The Fan.
Are you ready to bless the mood? I need some help, please.
That was good.
Can I get a yeah? Oh, yeah.
All right.
All right.
I would, you know what I was thinking about when you asked me that? How I can get my quads bigger. I want bigger quads. That's
god?
exactly what I was thinking about. I don't want to be a quad god, but I want to be like I don't know. I just want my quads to be bigger. So I was thinking literally when you asked me, I'm like, how do I get that's what the thought bubble was. How do I get my quads bigger?
I'm worried that you think too much about your own physical appearance.
No, I don't.
All right.
No, I just want bigger quads. You don't think about your physical appearance?
Not that often.
Oh. Like, is that bad to think about your physical appearance?
I guess it's the context in which you're thinking about it.
I'm not obsessing about it.
Okay.
I thought to myself, all right. I saw the video of Corbin Carroll throwing plyos yesterday. Maybe it broke his hamate. I have no idea, but that's what they saw him doing. And they said, man, he's put on some weight and his quads are thick. And I saw that video and I went, how do I get my quad? I just want bigger quads.
Okay, but how is that going to benefit you?
It'll make me happy and make me stronger. And when we get older, we get weaker. So I want to be stronger.
All right. So, I mean, there's always general benefits to good health, notwithstanding. I don't know that slightly larger quads are going to impact your life in any meaningful way.
I disagree.
You have nice quads. They're not bad quads.
They're not.
I mean,
they're better.
I don't think you're.
I put in some work.
I don't think you're going to waste away, wither away. I wouldn't worry about that.
Let's come back to this.
Okay, let's let Paulie get to the Rindle Report.
This is riveting. All right, I was watching the men's doubles luge while you guys were talking about quads, and good God, it is terrifying to watch.
They lie right on top of each other.
They stack one on top.
Just get you
and they're coming down stretches.
I'm on the
bottom
top
or the top.
I don't want either of you laying on top of me. I will be on the top. Okay.
73 miles an hour whipping down that ice. Good God.
There's guys who go faster.
If you're on the bottom, though, at least you've got a seat. If you're on the top, you're just on another person.
That's true.
Doesn't look comfortable.
Hey, let's it's already a crazy sport. Let's stack another guy on top of me. How about that? Let's
balance
make it even
this
harder.
man while taking these turns.
The triple would be amazing.
Right. Well, speaking of the Olympics, this happened a couple of days ago. I got a hot mic on the Olympic broadcast. They were going to break. This was, I believe, a snowboarding competition. Todd Richards was the broadcaster, and here's what it sounded like after he went to break. It was cut just a little bit. There was about 10 seconds of bumper music that you could hear before he said what he said.
And coverage of the men's Big Air medal ceremony will continue on Peacock.
That was boring. That was so boring. Qualifier was way more exciting.
That is us almost every time we turn the mic off.
That was so boring.
That sucked.
boring.
That was terrible.
That segment was awful.
Yesterday's show was so much better.
That was terrible. you guys.
So, yeah.
Is that bad? That's not even bad.
He didn't curse.
It's not
bad.
I mean,
guessing
it's not what
Peacock
your
probably-
employer wants to hear when they've spent $11 billion on their Olympics rights, and the broadcaster is just admitting that was boring.
Will you save that clip?
I will.
Of him, because we can use that was boring in something.
That was boring.
Yeah. All right. If we have a really
That
bad
was
segment,
so
or
boring.
one of us is bloviating about our quads or something or whatever, like you can just play it. It's fine. You can use it at your discretion.
That was so boring.
That's
golf talk.
Golf talk. That's so good.
Inherently, the great thing about sports, sometimes it's thrilling and compelling, but other times it's pedestrian and boring. And you don't know what you're going to get. So you kind of have to watch and you find out as you go. But if we're all being honest, of course, like last night's SDFC game was mostly boring.
No.
I thought so.
They were under siege most of the night. I was on the edge of my seat. I was a wreck. Now there was
if it had gotten within one, I would have been on the edge of my seat. But when they had
they had such a good
they had
lead.
a 3-goal cushion.
But still,
when they got the one in the second half, I got all right. Well, now if they get another one, I know I will
Now
be
I'm
locked
sweating
in.
it,
But when
yeah.
they never gave up that goal,
the
I was
Super Bowl
like,
was boring. Yeah.
I was never totally
Mostly.
nervous about it.
Right.
Super Bowl was boring.
Way boring.
Yeah.
They're a
There was
boring sport.
There was a period with the San Diego Padres last year and they were like winning some, losing them. I was like, this is literally the most boring team I've ever seen in my whole life. They bored me to tears for stretches last year. So I get it. I fully get it.
Well, so his phone blew up, the broadcaster, Todd Richards. His phone blows up. Hey, man, hot mic, hot mic, hot mic. So after the night, he was like walking out. He was doing a walk and talk on his Instagram page, and he did issue an apology. I trimmed it down just a little bit. It kind of gave me, at least, the vibes of I'm sorry that you were offended more than I'm sorry for the hot mic. He kind of just doubles down in his apology and explains why he thought it was boring.
And I feel like I should address an elephant in the room here, because by the amount of DMs I got immediately after the event ended and pops into my my texts, there was a hot mic moment right after we thought we had gone off the air. And I turned to my co-host Todd Harris and I said, that was boring. That was so boring. I thought the qualifiers were better. And I did. I did think the qualifiers were more exciting. This had nothing to do with the athletes. It had everything to do with the drama that went down in the qualifiers. We had Val Giselli getting the call up 4 hours before the event went. He didn't even know he was going to be in it.
We're so fine with this. I'm so
we had
fine.
all kinds of different.
No one cares that much.
He goes on for like another minute, and he just explains why he thought the first round,
we're good,
or the qualifier was so much more better.
Yeah, there's a lesson for me there. You don't need to Ben-splain everything.
Just let it. Hey, yeah, I thought it was boring. I'm allowed to have that opinion. If you guys want to fire me over saying that was a boring qualifier,
That was boring.
I like how
the way he said it.
That was boring.
That was boring.
That was boring.
Yeah.
That was so boring.
Yeah,
It's just so accusatory.
It is.
Oh.
It is.
All right, we'll move on. So today is a big day in the card collecting world, baseball card collecting world.
boy.
We've been talking a little bit about it off the air and on the air today. So Topps is debuting their 2026 line, their Topps Series 1, the first edition of the 2026 cards, coming out like 9 minutes ago, I think, actually, technically. And yesterday, Topps announced that in one random pack of the 2026 Topps Series 1
Totally
set,
random, by the way. Completely. Totally.
one random pack they are putting in a 1952 Topps Mickey Mantle card into one pack. So the hunt is on. Everyone is going to be looking for that card. I saw that if you graded 9.5 like 4 years ago, sold for $12.5 million. Like, it is one of the most, if not the most sought after card. So they're putting it in one random pack. And of course, everybody put their tinfoil hats on and said, I'll bet you that one of like 3 mainstream card guys, like breakers or whatever, will randomly pull this card in a box.
I need you to Ben-splain a little bit. So if I went down to the Walmart now and went to the baseball card section and bought Topps cards.
In theory, they should have a card there. They should
That's
have boxes
2026, like new Topps cards that are out today.
Just put them on the shelf today.
Then I should have a chance to get a Mickey Mantle card that, depending on how good quality it is, could be worth multiple millions of dollars.
So they posted yesterday that there will be the redemption card in one pack. You send that card, you get the coupon basically.
Yeah, the coupon to get
it. Send it in, and then they'll send you the Mickey Mantle card. Now, does that mean they're going to be putting them in future boxes? Like it'll be going into a box, or it's already gone into a box? Nobody knows. The hunt is on. Now you have like a one in however many thousands and thousands of chances of pulling this card.
Way more than that, I bet. Way more. Odds are stacked. You might as well.
I don't know how many cards they make and boxes they make each year. I'm sure it's a lot. If there's only one, if I'm Topps, you don't want it found on the first day. Like when Willy Wonka did the chocolate bar thing, you don't want them found right away. You want people buying chocolate bars for a long time.
Sure.
So logically, you'd think they wouldn't send it out with like the very first shipment of the very first cards that are on the shelves today.
The way that business works, though, it is very odd that it's usually the same 3 guys pulling all. Oh my God, I got a Skeens 1 of 1. This is crazy. How
does this keep happening?
How does this keep happening? This auto card. And so listen, there's no regulation for it.
Now I'm sure the people who are the diehard collectors spend incredible amounts of money on getting tons and tons of cards, right?
No, they know better.
They don't have to.
Yeah, they know better.
Really?
Yeah, they know better. Like I'll buy a few packs of this just because I want to see what the cards look like and whatever, but I won't go crazy. Definitely don't have any illusions of winning the 52 Mickey Mantle. No. But the weird part is you kind of know who's going to open it on what web show.
Oh, well, let's find out. I mean, you have the guys in mind.
Yeah.
Or it could be just some random person in Omaha.
They even question those. The kid that pulled the 1-on-1, the Paul Skeens 1-on-1, remember? And they're like, oh, we'll give you season tickets for. Remember we did this whole
we did the whole story.
Some kid in LA and his dad.
Yeah. It's again, they think it's all one big work. But there's no way to prove it. There's no regulation. You want it to be random. That's the dream, is to find some buried treasure, right? And pull something that, like, oh my God, I bought 1 pack of cards, I pulled this. I just don't think it works that way. Which is okay, but the cards are going to be sick.
I guess since we're talking about it, somebody did mention in the chat that one of the Padres special cards for this line for 2026 is actually a Tony Hawk card.
Oh,
Tony
nice.
Hawk autographed card of him throwing out the first pitch. They did some celebrity whatever for each team.
Yeah, so, it wasn't us?
No, they skipped ours. Probably because you bounced yours.
Yeah, I guess so.
They might have thrown us on there.
Yeah.
Still blame. Who caught yours? Johnny Brito?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was on him. It wasn't on you. It was on him.
Yeah.
I had a Zokar.
Yeah. I had Higgy.
All right, and then finally we will wrap it up, gentlemen. The wait is
the only
over.
one that's still with the organization.
That's true.
You've chased off your two ceremonial first pitch catchers.
That's true.
The wait is over. I know you guys were very much curious when this would happen. Smart underwear is on the way.
Smart underwear.
We've got smart cars. We've got smartphones.
Yeah.
We've got smart TVs.
What does your smart underwear tell you?
Well, I'm glad you asked, Ben. I got a whole story here about this. So scientists are developing smart underwear. It's mostly just a sensor that would clip into your underwear.
You've asked your pants.
Red alert. Go.
Red alert. It lets everybody know. He just farted, everyone.
You didn't hear it, but he did. So the sensor is actually supposed to monitor your gut bacteria activity by measuring the hydrogen gas in your gas.
I'm good, man. I'm good.
And then what do we do with that?
They say
take more probiotics, eat more yogurt.
So you charge your sensor, you plug it into your underwear, and it can last the battery can last for a week. So you can battery.
You have to charge your undies.
You charge your underwear battery. And then it says researchers say the device will detect dietary changes with 95% accuracy, and they can reveal that the average person.
I can detect dietary changes with 100%.
100%, not 95.
What I'm putting in my mouth.
I know when I eat certain foods, I'm like, it's gonna be a rough one. I don't know what to tell you.
The scientists are saying that currently options are very limited for studying gut bacteria, and so they are hoping that these sensors will be able to help diagnose any digestive issues.
I saw that wide receiver for the Patriots, that Mac Hollins. He showed up in the Hannibal Lecter. You see this get up before the Super Bowl?
I did not.
He came in chains and like a mask and like in a inmate jumpsuit. He walked in the Super Bowl like that. He's a lunatic, but he said he hasn't eaten a vegetable in like 5 years. Not one single solitary vegetable. And I'm like, dude, colon cancer is screaming your name. It's something you think about. You know, we're getting older.
But I don't need my underwear to tell me.
No, I don't need. That's the whole point. I do not need my underwear to tell me.
Man, did you eat a bean and cheese burrito?
I need more vegetables.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, like Kayla says, we don't have to track everything. You gave me a tip a month or so ago. Stop tracking your sleep, because the first thing you see when you wake up in the morning, oh, cool, 14 sleep score, and I'm dead. The whole day is ruined because it's in my head. Yeah. I've taken my watch off. I no longer track my sleep, and I felt much better.
Good.
Yesterday, notwithstanding, but that was a good tip.
Now, stop tracking your quads.
No, I don't understand your beef with that.
It's not a beef. Do your workouts. You can absolutely train, but don't worry about whether you feel like you're getting enough results or not.
You don't even believe in setting goals, though. That's the weird part. He's like, why do you set goals? Goals are weird. I want bigger quads. So your
goals should be set to, if you want to work out your quads 3 days a week or whatever. That's your goal.
Sure.
Don't make your goal like, I need my quads to be 9% bigger by the end of the year.
I'm not going to jam, DECA into my quads.
Goals are for effort, not for results. You can't always control the results.
Are you scared I'm going to catch up to your quads?
A little
There's
bit.
no chance. I mean, there is no chance. I'm never going to have the calves you have. I get it. But you don't want quad competition. You don't want leg competition in the same room.
Now it comes out.
That's what it is, I think. Remember when he hated when I played golf, but he kind of liked it, but then he hated it because he thought I might beat him?
It was fun for a minute.
It was fun. And then he's like, thank God.
The guys want to come out with me.
Thank God he quit. Yeah. He said one time live on the radio, the day you beat me in golf will be the worst day of my life. That was his direct quote.
Hasn't happened yet.
No, it never will. I haven't swung a golf
back at
never.
It at some
I haven't
point.
swung a club in a year. But no, I when you're working out and stuff, you're like for example, when you lift weights, you don't go, I want bigger biceps or I want to focus on my triceps. You don't have any. It's just a utilitarian. I'm going to get through A to B. It's weird.
I know it's good for me. So
I know it's good for me,
I'm
and I
continue to hopefully slowly increase my weights because that's progress, but I don't have any specific goals.
So you
I'm
never
trying to set.
I had a goal. I wanted to bench 225. You don't have that goal.
No, I have no weight-based goals.
Why?
I have no physical-based goals. I just want to be healthy and,
Can you do
I get
both?
that.
Because I do both. I want both of those. Because I also want to be healthier, stronger, more fit, but I also want to look good. I want to look more aesthetically pleasing to myself. And
I think we all would like to look. I definitely look better than I used to because I have
you lost 40 pounds.
I've met my goals of eating better and exercising more. Yeah.
What did you meet?
My goals of exercising more, which I do, but I don't.
Wait. Good point here. Hang on. You've just been called out.
Right.
Peloton. You have crazy goals.
No, I have no.
You
goals.
set PRs.
I Peloton almost every day.
Yeah, but
it keeps track of it for me.
You tweet about your PRs.
I'm proud that I tweet mostly about like when I hit milestones, like 1,000 Peloton rides, but that's just shows that I'm just putting in the daily work.
What are your thoughts on this?
I see where Ben's coming from.
It's not. I don't think I have body dysmorphia, Boogie. I don't have body dysmorphia.
Oh, you do.
I have calf dysmorphia.
Part of your body.
Like it's almost like you're setting lower expectations.
Lower expectations.
Because Ben's like, if I say to myself, my goal is to be able to do 10 pull-ups, Well, then he's going to feel like he failed until that day ever comes. Whether or not it does, I don't know.
Which is okay to fail. It's okay to fail. Like, it's okay to fall short.
But if he doesn't even set that goal,
with that,
he never sets that goal. He just goes, "I'm just going to go in and work out and
avoid pull-ups because he doesn't want to set a goal."
But even if I set that goal and I did 10 pull-ups, I would feel.
Wouldn't you be elated?
I would feel a momentary sense of accomplishment, but it wouldn't really affect my life in any way. I don't need to do pull-ups to accomplish anything in my actual life.
You could do that about everything on the planet. Everything on the planet. You could say, it doesn't really affect my life in any way if I do this. I just don't understand. I want to get inside your head.
Committing to do my Peloton every day or almost every day, I think does affect my life quite a bit. I feel much healthier. I have more energy. That affects my life in a good way.
Sure.
So I try to do that. But a specific number, I don't think really makes much of a difference or not. I don't chase like the number.
Interesting. You're an interesting cat.
Even in golf, I don't really set like a number goal. Like I'm trying to shoot 78 today or something. I just want to shoot the best score
you should
I possibly can.
Then stop keeping score. Score doesn't matter.
I want to shoot the best score I can.
Why? Score doesn't matter.
Because
are you playing golf? Are you having fun? Just go play golf and have fun. Don't keep score. You hate a winner and a loser. You just go play golf. Don't keep score from now on because it's just like setting a goal of like hitting.
All right, let's take a timeout. I want to continue this conversation.
We need a therapist in here to dig into your brain.
Would you enjoy like going to a baseball game if they didn't put the score up?
No.
And you didn't know what the score was.
No.
You have to know what the score is.
Oh my God, yes.
You can just aesthetically enjoy great baseball players doing great things.
I had to do that in T-ball. It was not fun at all. I like keeping score.
I kind of agree with you.
Keeping score is fun.
All right, we'll get to that coming up after a check of traffic. More Bennett Woods live from the Bill House Studios. We know how on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open. Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
I think we have some wise people in our chat.
We do.
Like Matt, who says,
very, very wise.
Yeah, just our conversation about Woods wanting bigger quads. And
just want bigger quads.
me telling him don't set
don't worry
goals
about
that are,
it.
He says, if you can disassociate not hitting the goals from discouraging you,
which I can,
then go that route. If not hitting your goal is going to make you less likely to do the work, leave the goal out of it. I do think I'm susceptible to that. If I set a goal of losing 40 pounds,
which I don't do, by the way.
I realize there's no way I'm going to get to like 20, even 25, it's going to make me not want to do it anymore because I know I can't reach that goal, even though losing 25 pounds would be fantastic and would be great for me if I set a goal that I know I'm not going to hit.
But why do you know you're not going to hit it?
I'll get discouraged. Well, if you set the goal too high.
Well, yeah, if you said I want to be 160 pounds, I'd go, hey, that goal's probably a little out of reach. But losing 25 more pounds, I don't think is unhealthy or that big of a reach. I think you could do it. I think you could do it no problem. You drop 40. I mean, it was hard.
It was hard.
But you didn't work out. You just changed your diet.
Yeah.
Now you're working out. You could drop 25 pounds. But I don't think it'd be like, oh, God, I'm worried about Ben. He wants to drop 25 more pounds. I wouldn't worry about that. I would think that'd be good. Now, if you said, I want to be 150 pounds, I'd go, dude, no, you're wasting your time. Your legs alone are 150 pounds, So I think that would be unattainable. But I think not setting goals because you're afraid to reach them is weird to me. It's weird. It's like you do keep score at golf for a reason. Keep score. You're diligent. You plug it in. You know your handicap.
I do.
You know exactly. Like you obsess about it maybe a little bit and think about that. So,
although I am pretty good about knowing, you know what, played pretty well today. Score doesn't reflect it, but felt
100%
felt good about it today,
bro. How many? I feel really good about how I hit the ball. I just didn't score. It happens all the time.
And sometimes I'll say, you know what, I probably didn't deserve to score that well. Rolled in a few long putts that don't usually make, and the score probably is better than I deserve. 100%. And I can be fairly realistic about those things.
Scrambled a bunch. Yeah, I get it.
So, but a lot of good advice here in our chat. Kayla says, being neutral with my body and understanding that exists to keep me alive and moving did more for my mental and physical health than anything else.
Yeah. For me, it was when we had the idea of maybe having another child is what kicked me into gear of going to the gym, watching what I eat, because again, you want to be around. I'm 50 years old, I'll be 51 in July, and I don't want to be a decrepit, frail 62-year-old when my daughter is 12 years old. So that's what flipped the switch for me. And I, committed to it for sure, but I'm already committed to it for health, not because I got to be yoked if my daughter is born. That's not what it is. It's I want to be healthy, but while I'm in there grinding on it, I'm going to take creatine. I'm going to drink protein. I'm going to get the most out of it because I do want to look better and I do want bigger quads.
Vaughn says they'll be satisfied. Doesn't mean you can't critique yourself. I can love myself and still want to do a little bit of this, a little bit of that, but still be satisfied as well.
Yeah.
I worry sometimes you're not satisfied. And I want you to feel satisfaction.
I'm pretty satisfied,
okay,
but I always know I can do better.
If you feel,
I know I can do more.
If you feel that, I think that's absolutely healthy.
Yeah. 100%.
Okay,
but I'm generally pretty happy.
I'm glad to know.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Padres have the ESPN has put out their player to watch for 2026. Who do they think is the most critical member of the team? Let you know coming up in our final segment. Maybe spin the topic wheel as we head toward 10 o'clock with more Ben and Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
He just here. I'll show you a little. Just a little.
Please don't.
Just a little bit. What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Nothing. Now,
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
It's gonna hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee.
It's going to in a second.
Right here.
That is not pleasant.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
We don't have too many rules on this show, but one firm and fast rule.
Yeah.
Don't talk over Black Betty.
Never.
So there you go. 31 seconds of music before we can come back and talk a little bit about the Padres starting rotation, which mentioned ESPN coming up with their players to watch for each team in spring training. For the Padres, they picked Joe Musgrove.
Okay.
So it's widely considered the heart and soul of the Padres pitching staff. San Diego needs him to be something more this year. A true legitimate ace. Might be a lot to ask for a 33-year-old coming off Tommy John surgery, but Musgrove has proved capable before. Never more so than we made 61 starts, posted a 3.06 ERA from 2021 to 2022. I don't know that Joe Musgrove has to be an ace, like a number one pitcher. He needs to be a solid 3
You need to be able
if the Padres are going to go somewhere and be what they think they can be.
We need him to be available and just be Joe Musgrove.
Be available and be Joe Musgrove, man. Give us a chance to win. Go out and compete and give us a chance to win every night. Turn it over to the turbo pen and see what happens.
I think Michael King needs to be an ace.
Yeah, Michael King needs to be an ace.
If the Padres
Nick
are going
Pivetta
to go.
needs to not fall off a cliff.
Yeah, which is not asking a ton.
No.
He doesn't even have to be quite as good as last year. He was
last
so
year was
good last
amazing.
year. Just don't fall. I don't know why he would fall off.
I don't either. Regression, it happens.
But we do have some new sound from Craig Stammen from earlier this hour talking about the state of the Padres pitching staff.
The state of the rotation, I feel like, is in a we got good pitchers, so that's always good, and we got good pitchers to choose from. Obviously, it's headlined with Joe, Nick, and Michael. Feel good about those 3, and then there's competition for 4, 5, 6, and 7.
Ooh.
What do you view what Randy
Spicy.
did last season, the way he progressed as the season went on, the way he kind of started to miss bats at the end. How did he kind of throw himself into
Vasquez?
that mix and that conversation this season?
Yeah, I think Randy, I mean, you can look at all the underlying statistics and say, you know, he's due for some regression and all that kind of stuff, but there's also like being able to get out of those situations that we should give him credit for that also. And him ending the season with an ERA, I think, under 4, like that's not easy to do in the big leagues. So, you know, obviously he's probably got the inside track to one of those last 2 spots. He pitched great for us last year, and especially how he ended the season. That's kind of what we envisioned for Randy, you know, getting better as he's gotten a little older and gotten more opportunity. And he showed up to camp in great shape. He showed up to camp looking a lot like that guy in September.
The dog factor is something that you cannot discount as it pertains to Randy Vasquez. Strandy Vasquez, as he became affectionately known. They've made no secrets about how they were not pleased with how he showed up last year, and said, "Hey man, you want it this year, you're going to have to come into camp in better shape." And he did. And I did find it interesting that they're continuing to dangle the carrot for him a little bit, like, nothing's guaranteed, man. So
inside track
is something,
not
but not
a solid number 4 guy yet.
Yep, not a 1 through, not a 1. You're not in the top 4 yet.
I can understand that.
Sure, me too. I think it's psychological, and I think it's a smart thing to do.
You know, and then we talked about, you know, the options for the 5th starter, which I think starts with JP Sears, but we talked about Tristan McKenzie. They signed Marco Gonzalez. We mentioned Matt Waldron. One guy we didn't mention, who Craig Stammen talked about this morning, is Kyle Hart, who was re-signed. And he said they're going to stretch him out, either to be a starter or a long lefty coming out of the bullpen. But it sounds like he's going to get an opportunity at that starter's job. And right now, the one thing the Padres have going for them is they have, you know, 4 or 5 guys that they at least can have compete for that last spot in the starting rotation. And you'd like to think, given those many numbers, that someone's going to look decent coming out of spring training. You don't need all of them to look great. You just need one of them to kind of take the bull by the horns and win the job. And then hopefully the other 2 or 3 can go down to AAA and continue to, you know, pitch, you know, 4 or 5 innings at a time. And when they invariably will need more starting pitching, you take the guy who's throwing the best and you bring him up, and just kind of as a sequence. Would this team look better with one more starting pitcher? Absolutely.
Yes.
Is it absolutely essential that they get it done before the start of the season?
No.
I don't think so.
No.
I think it would be preferable. The sooner the better, but I don't think you go in and go, we have no chance at winning any games with a 4 or 5 starter if you're the San Diego Padres. You absolutely do with Randy Vasquez, and then the best of the bunch, you know, coming at the end. Remember, you're going up probably against other 4 and 5s early in the season as well. You're going to have to score some runs to win those games, but you're not asking a guy with a 9 ERA to come in and pitch. You know, Randy Vasquez had an ERA, as Craig Stammen said, under 4 last year. That's a good place to start. Whether he has a little regression or builds on what he's done, he's a competent major league starting pitcher. And that's someone that you want to have as part of your team.
Yep, no doubt about it. But again, you know, we say it all the time. This team, as it stands and as it looks on opening day, will probably look different on August 3rd? 4th this year. Yeah.
3rd is the trade dedeadline, and then the 4th will look different. Yeah.
It's going to look different, certainly. So, just again, it's kind of about weathering the storm in the first few months, seeing what you got, letting the skipper get his feet wet, which is, you know, a new one for us here. We experienced it a few years ago, but he's got to get his feet wet. And it's about, you know, can you compete and play really well in the first half so that your GM, your president of baseball operations, can go out and make some moves to potentially bolster your team at the deadline, which he never disappoints. I mean, you know, he always does it. So I look at the San Diego Padres as one long season, but it's really 2 seasons. It's 2. It's pre and post there.
I don't have any reason to feel discouraged right now about the Padres.
I see a lot of dooming already.
I do.
We haven't played a game yet.
You know, now if they start the season and Joe doesn't look anything like Joe, and Michael King can't stay healthy,
then we're screwed.
And, you know, Randy Vasquez regresses, there's going to be a lot of trouble. But as it stands right now, I don't see reason for discouragement. Now, if you start getting a bunch of injuries and guys don't look good, then I'll reevaluate what I'm thinking. But at the moment, I feel pretty good about the team.
Yeah, I feel good. I'm optimistic. Again, the roster's better than it was, as K-Law says. The starting lineup's a little bit better than it was. And so, yeah, of course I'm optimistic. It's freaking first day of spring training. If you're not optimistic yet, maybe you'll get there. Maybe you get there. You just got to keep guys healthy.
All right, since we're about to head out onto the wet roadways of San Diego, let's get one more check of traffic before we wrap things up here on a Wednesday.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center. Injured? Demand justice. Demand Jurowitz. 855GetRoss.com. Here's Kelly Danick.
Traffic is sponsored by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Well, parts of the county still getting hit with some scattered showers, guys, so brace yourself. We're still dealing with a number of problems here in the South Bay, northbound side of the 805 at Sweetwater. There's a collision involving a couple cars. They're in the center divide. Further north on the 805, just past El Cajon Boulevard, a motorcycle accident appears to be in the center divide. Several problems on southbound 5. One is an accident at the East 52 connector ramp. Also, Mission Bay Drive on-ramp to southbound 5, a collision. Then another crash in the South Bay, southbound 5 at Coronado Avenue. That's in the center divide. Northbound side of the 5, just before Genesee, we have reports of a stall in the left lane. Friars Road on-ramp to southbound 15, got a crash. Heads up, San Diego. The next long weekend is coming up. Get road ready now. Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Get you in and out fast. No appointment needed. Real pros check lights, fluids, and tires with any oil change. Locations and coupons at SoCalOilChange.com. Valvoline Instant Oil Change, a 15-minute drive-through oil change. I'm Kelly Danick with Ben & Woods, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
All right, the topic wheel asks, what is worse, being bored or being stressed?
Stressed, not even close.
Stressed.
Kill to be bored. Kill.
I mean, bored isn't great.
Bored is amazing. Bored is the best.
No, it's not the best.
It's the best. Two small kids at home. Please give me a moment of boredom. How do you get bored as an adult?
I think the physical feeling of being bored is certainly not bad. As stress can actually physically make you give you a headache, make your stomach hurt.
What does bored look like for you guys?
If your life was just constant boredom, I mean, you need some stress to keep you going. And it probably means you've got important things that you're doing, big moments in your life, which you like. I mean, you want things in your life that probably bring you a little bit of stress because it means you're pushing yourself and you're trying to do good things. So, yeah, ultimately, stress is
way worse.
Is something that you need a little bit of in your life. If you're good at managing it, that's the best thing. Yeah, you have stress, but you manage it well is probably the best of both worlds.
What does being bored look like for you guys? Like bored. When's the last time you were bored? I can't remember the last time I was bored.
I'm almost never, ever bored.
I always have something I can figure out to do.
I will do a litany of things if I'm bored. If I have nothing to do, nothing on the docket, if my cool jerk.
Like if I have time and can sit down and stream a television show for an hour or two, I don't consider that being bored. I consider that finally some downtime where I can turn my brain off. I don't remember the last time that was like, God, I'm so tired of just watching TV. I need to do something. I'm just bored. I've always got something to do.
There's always something I can occupy my brain with. Sometimes I just want to be bored and quiet. No media, no nothing. Just sit.
Now, when you're a kid, everything feels boring.
It's
after
so
2 minutes.
It's so important for your kids to be bored. It's so important. Let your kids be bored.
Remember when your parents, you'd go do a pool day, but they make you get out of the pool and just sit on the lounge
usually
for a while.
after you ate.
Yeah.
Or they wanted you out of the sun.
Like, oh my God, it's like 2 minutes and I can't stand this anymore.
What was the bit? You can't swim 10 you have to wait 20 minutes or something. You're sitting but rocking back and forth. I'll be fine.
I ate a PB&J. That was about 10 minutes ago.
Drowned, I think.
Yeah.
I'd like to know the statistics on people who ate
a sandwich,
got a cramp, and then drowned in the pool.
I say this to my kids all the time. If you're bored, then you're boring. If you're bored, then you're boring. You're a boring person.
We had a couple.
Poncho. Ben said Ben looks bored during the Reindl report. That's true.
True.
That's true.
Yeah.
Very true.
Bored and stressed.
Bored and stressed at the same time.
Now I'm probably just looking at the next story we can get to. Actually, we have a couple stories here at the end of the show. Francisco Lindor will undergo surgery on his left hamate today, according to Mets manager Carlos Mendoza. As we know very well by now, 4 to 6 week recovery, but probably 3 to 4 months before you're feeling totally right. So Corbin Carroll, Francisco Lindor, more hamate surgery all around. And then the Dodgers have made another signing.
Oh, good.
Relief pitcher Evan Phillips is returning on a 1 year, I think I saw a $6.5 million deal. He's Tommy John guy. He's not going to be back until at least July. So just throwing money at the last month of the season in the playoffs already for your LA Dodgers.
Yeah, there you go.
And remember, they're so far above the luxury tax that whatever they sign, add like 130% to that for what they're actually paying Evan Phillips.
This is good. Callous all day. Bored as being a Dodger fan in the regular season is what I would add to that. That's boredom. Oh, here we go again. Yeah, when they get bored, they just spend a bunch of money. So Evan Phillips 6.5 turns into what? About 15 million bucks?
About 15 million when you account for all the luxury tax that they have to pay on that.
That is crazy.
And he can't even pitch for the first half of the season at least.
So he'll fit right in.
That's what they do.
Yeah.
That's what they do.
Fit right in.
I mean, that was their big issue last year, was the bullpen. So they're trying to avoid
their big
that
issue when they won the
with
World Series. I know.
Edwin Diaz and bringing back some guys and trying to get healthy.
Yeah, but they let go of Anthony Banda.
They did.
Which makes no sense to me.
Because they probably knew they were about to sign Evan Phillips.
Yeah, true.
And then they put him right on the 60-day
All right,
list.
well, pray for Hamates out there, Padres fans, and Hamate strength for our team.
All right, we will come back tomorrow. We'll have more Sam Levitt live from Padres spring training. Braden and Frank will have him on as well with an update on everything Craig Stammen just had to say on day 2 of Padres spring training. But that's it for us. Hope everybody is safe out there in the rain on a Wednesday. We will be back tomorrow at 6 a.m. For Paul Reindl and Stephen Woods. I'm Ben Higgins on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. Have a great rest of your day, everybody.